Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. Now, I know it's been a little bit since I made a little video. I have tried to record a couple here and there, but it just wasn't really clicking. But I'll tell you, I was able to get antimatter, and I'll go over this in a minute, how we get this. But yeah, I wasn't really, feeling the videos, and I think that's just because there's so much in this, and everything I was trying to do was just kind of was frustrating, and I wasn't able to get it done all the way. But we're gonna change that today. We're gonna do it. Now I know I'm pretty far away from this achievement, but I'm just gonna do everything today. This is gonna be a long video, but we're gonna do everything. So I did a couple of things in between now and the last episode because I was trying to make a couple videos, but they just weren't working out. I wasn't really happy with how they were turning. So let me go over everything we've got so far. We were able to get some antimatter. We built up the supercritical phase shifter. And granted, it's not working super fast, but it does work. And hopefully by the time we get everything else done, we'll have enough antimatter to make all the mod star. We also built the fusion reactor. This is getting powered by deuterium and tritium, and this bad boy is making us quite a lot of power. We're getting about 4 million FE per tick right now out of this. And I think, yeah, we can make even more, but that's just how much we're using. We also built the, whatever this is called, the induction matrix. This is storing all of the power that we have. Basically, all of the power that we're making is going straight into this, and then anything that we're using is coming out of it. This is basically just like a big battery. So yeah, and that completes all the mechanism stuff, basically, unless we decide to come back to it to upgrade. This Easter egg thing is awful. It's not even Easter anymore. Yeah, unless we decide to come back to it to upgrade that setup. The other thing I did is I completely turned off the ore processing situation because it was too slow. I went back to the mining dimension and threw down a big chunk destroyer, and that's just mining everything basically. And then all of this is coming through. We're getting all of our raw ores through here. This is going through an unobtainium furnace, and this thing yeah, if you can see, it smelts really fast. You can't even see all the stuff that's coming through. But this is giving us lots and lots of ores. Because I kind of realize, well, that's not what I want to throw. Kind of realize how much we need in order to make all the mod star. For example, one of the items that we need is the 256 million mega storage component. And we need 18 of these, but I'm just going to look at crafting one. We can see just this alone takes 134,000 redstone. And I didn't have that a minute ago. So I built up this nice little smelting array to help us with that. And I know this looks messy. I'm learning as this goes what's good and what's not. These laser nodes probably aren't the best setup for transferring all of these ores, but it is what it is. It's all a learning experience for me, and hopefully by the next All the Mods series, I'll have learned something, and then we can do it better next time. So yeah, that's it for the ores, basically. But now we need to think about what to do next. So we have all these things then that we need to craft up before we can make all the mod star. All of these mods that we need to progress through. So I think we just need to take this one step at a time. Let's go ahead and get the Patrick star. I think this is going to be pretty easy with the create mod. This is made with a whole bunch of different concrete and concrete powders. And we need the mechanical crafters for this. So I'll need to set both probably a recipe for this and all of the create stuff. We'll be able to make polished rose quartz in the enrichment chamber instead of with the deployer. So that kind of skips a step there. And I know my inventory is a mess. I think that's just gonna have to be how it is for now. So yes, enrichment chamber is where we're gonna make the polished rose quartz. And then this is a pretty easy recipe right there. We already have all of those. And then brass casings, I should have a whole bunch of from before. Yeah, there we go. These are just made by applying a brass ingot to a stripped log. So let me go ahead and get 55 of these is what we need for the Patrick Star. And if we look at the recipe for this, we can kind of see the pattern that we need to lay out these mechanical crafters in. 1, 2, 3, boom. That should complete that. Then with a wrench, we need to configure these to all output to one space. And I think this should be fine. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. We are going to need a way to power all of these. And I wonder if we can just get away with using a whole bunch of water wheels. Let me just get all of these guys powered up. Probably overkill, but we'll find out here in a minute. I'm not worried about efficiency at this point. I just want it to be done. Cool, so it does work, although it's going to be extremely slow, which is fine. Okay, so now we need to go about getting all of the concrete into that big star pattern. We need a whole mixture of magenta concrete, pink concrete, green concrete, lime concrete, and some of them are concrete powder, which makes it a little weird, but it's all good. I'm just going to make a bunch of patterns for these so I can request a whole bunch of them. And we should be able to get these pretty easily because I have all of the dyes already in here, and these are just made from dye essence, which we have seeds for. So this is not going to be too complicated at all. As for the concrete, we just do the same recipe, but with water essence. Makes life nice and easy. Now, for some reason, I have to craft the mechanical arm for the quest. So I'm going to work on that real quick. Okay, I think I got that. I need a depot. All right, booyah. Let me get this set up back here. I'll just remove this for now. Boink. Boink. This is a kind of a janky setup, but it's whatever. All because I need one precision mechanism to complete a quest that I'm never going to use it for. Booyah! And double booyah. Never going to use that. All that's left to do now is to place our concrete into the right spots, and then we pray that we put them all in the right spots, and it should all start moving. Then we just wait a minute, because it's going to be extremely slow. Then I hope and pray that it got me the right thing. Yes. Whoopee! Yay! That's one more thing down, out of the way. We're done with that part. I'm actually going to take that guy. Patrick. I'm going to put him, since we have this ready, this is the same pattern we're going to use to make all the mod star. So we can take that, and I think the only other thing we have right now is creative essence. Which somehow I'm missing infusion crystal for. And then this guy is going to go here. So now we just have to fill out everything else on this to get all the mod star. So, what are we going to do next? Maybe we can do the immersive engineering stuff. Oh, I do need more mechanical arms. Okay, that's fine. I think we can do this. So we'll need to progress through immersive engineering next in order to get the railgun. So let's start off with this. We'll need the engineer's hammer. We're then going to need to build the coke oven multi-block, which just takes some simple ingredients, clay, bricks, and a little sandstone. So not too complicated there. So with 27 coke bricks, we're just going to build a little cube out of this and smack it with the hammer. This is going to turn it into the coke oven. This is going to process coal into coke, and it's also going to make creosote oil. We're then going to use that creosote oil to turn planks into treated wood planks. We'll need to wait a minute to get some creosote oil flowing. While we're waiting on that, we have a whole bunch of blocks that we're going to need to start crafting some multi-blocks. And as usual, we're just going to make patterns for everything, and we shouldn't have any problem getting these. We're going to need some redstone engineering blocks, some fluid pipes from immersive engineering specifically, some steel fences, some steel scaffolding. Now these other two, we are going to need some of these mechanical components, which I thought we might need engineer's workbench for, although we might not. We might be able to get away without using that. We may actually, bucket. Yeah, we may need an engineer's workbench to get those other blocks. So let's go ahead and grab a bucket of creosote oil. We're going to surround this with some planks to get treated wood planks. And we'll probably need a couple buckets of this in order to get enough planks. Then we'll use this to craft the engineer's workbench. Pop that bad boy down. Now the way that this works is it requires a blueprint. So let's craft up one of these. We're going to need the one for metal press molds. and the one for crafting components. So we put one of these in here, and then it will show you all of the recipes that it can craft. For example, those mechanical components that we need. Now there is a version of this that's automated, that has input and output, and you can power it and everything. I don't think I'm gonna worry about that, at least for now. I really just want to get through this, not gonna lie. So we're gonna use all of these here mechanical components to craft both the heavy engineering block, whoops, which I'm missing a couple other things for, and the light engineering block. And looks like I need electrum. See if I can get away with making some electrum seeds. Sweet, there's that. So let's go ahead and finish out the heavy engineering block now that we have electrum. Ooh yeah, there's both of those. And that should be all of the components for multi-blocks that we need. We're now going to use these to build the crusher multi-block, but I can't find it. I think the only way to see it is probably with the engineer's manual. And then in here, we should be able to look at heavy machinery, then the crusher multi-block. And this is going to show us a pattern of how we build this. We can select individual layers by stopping it and using the arrows here. So we're going to build this exactly how it's shown in the book. And then in the book, the block that's highlighted red is the one that we're going to hit with the engineer's hammer in order to complete the multi-block. Now we're going to need a source of power for this. Hopefully I can get away with just using flux power. Please? Yes, beautiful. That removes the effort to use immersive engineering's wiring and everything. Makes life a little easy. We're now going to use the crusher to make coke dust, which will use the coke from the coke oven. So we just need to toss this right into the top here. This is going to crush it all down and output it in this spot here and give us some coke dust. Next, we're going to need to build the squeezer, which again, we'll use the book here to see how we build this multi-block. And then once again, once this is all built up, we'll right click the block that's highlighted red to finish the multi-block. And then we just need to connect some power to this guy. Now, this is going to take our coke dust and it's going to turn it into HOP graphite. It's going to use 8 coke dust to make 1, and we'll need 4 of these total because we're going to turn these into seeds so that we don't have to make any more of this. So I do need to wait a bit for some more coke to come through so that we can get enough to make some seeds. So I'll come back to this in a minute because we need another multi-block, fermenter. All right, let's do this one more time. This multi-block is going to turn a plant. Let me see if I can see the recipes. There we go. This is going to turn plants into ethanol, which we're going to refine further here in a minute. And basically all we need to do is get a botany pot and find where the input is on this, which I think this is it. Then we can just grow something like potatoes in here. And then once a potato goes into here, it's going to turn it into ethanol. Perfect. Next, we're going to put that ethanol into a refinery. And we're actually going to need 2 refineries. So let me go ahead and build these up. Boop. And boop. And these 2 should be the last 2 multi-blocks that we need, I believe. We need to output the fluid from the fermenter, which I believe is this slot here, maybe? Oh, I broke it. Not my greatest move. Oh, okay, it's this one down here. We're going to pull this out and have it input into the refinery. In this first refinery, we're going to be making acetaldehyde. Did I say that right? Acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde. Yes. This is going to take ethanol and some silver plates. We're then going to output this, which is from the front spot here, back into the next refinery, where it's going to combine acetaldehyde and creosote oil into phenolic resin. Oh, okay, and then we do need 1 more multi-block here. Oink! Okay, now we should be done with the multi-blocks. And then once everything is powered up, do need to put a bit of creosote oil into this second refinery here. Everything should be working. We should get some phenolic resin. This needs to output all the way into this bottling machine over here, which I blocked the input for, of course. All of that should go into here. This is going to need a plate mold, which we can craft in the engineer's workbench. Then in theory, if we pop this on here somehow, I think. Oh, okay, you have to use it in the machine itself. Okay, well, that's going to get us a Duroplast sheet. We only need one of these to craft the railgun. Okay, so let's craft everything together now. We're going to need some vacuum tubes, or just one vacuum tube. And then all of that to get the advanced electronic component. All I'm waiting on now is the last few pieces of coke in order to make all of the HOP graphite we need. Okay, I believe this should be the last of it here. We can smelt up all of this dust and turn these into seeds. Now with some HOP graphite seeds, let me make a pattern for this so that we can make ingots. And I believe this is the final step, because we're going to use that HOP graphite to make the HV accumulator. This also requires a bucket of redstone acid, but that's super easy to craft. So there's that accumulator. Wooden grip, also easy. And electrum coil blocks. This one's a little weird. We just need a whole bunch of electrum wire, enough to get 2 of these coil blocks. And that should be everything to craft the railgun. Now this completes one of the things that we need for the Nexum emitter. I'm actually only a few things away from this. I did go over singularities while I was away. These are actually really easy to craft. All you need is one of these matter condensers. This is making matter balls right now, but also has the option to make singularities. All you need is at least a 64K storage component. And then I just have some sinks inputting water into this, because you can use fluids as like data storage. And then once it inputs enough fluid, you'll be able to get a singularity. So all of these have ultimate pipe upgrades, spitting out matter balls super fast, because these are used for something else. But you can also make singularities in this. Super easy. Now I do need a couple of other things to craft the Nexum emitter. I am missing a couple of antimatter pellets. Hopefully I have enough by now to craft at least one of these. Yes, beautiful. And then we'll use those to craft the gravitational modulating unit. Check that off. We also need the universal terminal. And I mean, we already have one of these in our inventory. We just have to craft another one along with the pattern encoding terminal. So I just need to do a little bit of spare crafting here. And these are really nothing crazy. It just requires a lot of clicking and crafting. Sweet, there's that. Now technically we could use this for ourselves, and I may actually craft another one, but we need to link this up to our system. We just throw it in here onto the wireless access point. Then we can open it. Then we can see basically everything. We can see our crafting, our storage. We can see our pattern encoding. We can see... I think that's it. Okay, never mind. Okay, we would have to install the pattern access terminal too if we wanted to see that. I'm fine living without for right now though. And the last thing we need is the end exchanger. This is basically a whole slew of exchangers all the way from the wooden one. I was able to craft some obsidian ones, but I am missing some amethyst, so I need to go find some of that. I don't think there's any other way to get it, so I need to go down and find some amethyst. Probably the easiest way is just going to be to go to our big hole in the world. Hope that there's something right here. Beautiful. I am gonna try to make some seeds out of this too. I think I only need 4. Beautiful. Just so I don't have to come back down here. And with that, I should be able to craft the amethyst exchanger, which goes into netherite. And last but not least should be the end exchanger. I'm missing some purple. And I probably will have to go to the end, I think, because I need chorus fruit. Unless, I think I could pull it off without. So if I grow some of this in a botany pot, should get a chorus flower, which we can use to make the end exchanger. And be done with that. And be done with the Nexum emitter. Pop this guy into here. And we're one step closer. All right. Who's next? I think I need to reset my inventory. This is all over the place. I think I may be able to pull this one off now. Maybe. Let's see. Can you tell I'm avoiding doing things? Okay, let me mark off everything I need in here. This. I already have one of these. Easy to craft up. Let's go ahead and take care of the flight module. I think this might be easy. Infused ender pearl, dimensional shard. Got lots of those. We need a syringe, and then we're going to take this to the Nether in a minute. Ooh, and we need more infused ender pearls. 2, 3, 4. And some infused diamonds. Where are these? To make the module plus template. Then I'm also going to need some gas tiers, which I may be able to cheat. I do have spider essence, and I should have sugar. So now all we need to do is take our syringe. We're going to take this to the Nether, and I'm going to have to turn off peaceful for this, because we need to find a ghast, which is actually turning out a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Where are these fools? I heard him. I heard one. Where's that fool at? Are you up or down? There you are. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, actually. I got scared. Okay, I don't have a sword. I can't fight you. Now I need to find another one. Silly me. There you are. Dodge. Syringe. Did it work? How do I work? How do I work you? Do I have to hit you? Oh, there we go. Are you filled? Yes. Get out of here. Leaving time. Okay, so this syringe should be full now, so we should be able to head back home. Then we should use this, and we should be able to get the flight module. Alright, the next thing I'm missing for this is the 256 million mega storage component. The problem with this is that one of these takes quite a lot of Certus quartz that I don't have, because we don't mine Certus quartz. So, the only thing I can think of doing is making a whole bunch of Certus quartz seeds and just automating it like that, because right now I only have one going, and that's giving us a pretty good amount of essence. But I think if we craft a whole bunch more and then make another little farm area, hopefully that will get us somewhere. So let me see about doing that. I do wonder if there's a way to automate this infusion altar. So I have 3 different routers here, and these are going to send the different items that we need to automate seeds. This middle one here is going to send the prosperity seeds into the infusion altar. The other 2 are going to send essence and the actual items you need to make the seeds. All we need to do is right click on the infusion altar with a sender module. This is going to go into this modular router, and hopefully this should start sending seeds back to the infusion altar. We'll do the same thing for the other 2 routers. We're going to select 4 of these, and it's not going. Let's find out why. Ah, we need the distributor model. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Now all 4 of those are selected. We should be back in business. Now we need a way to power this. If we use a redstone block, will that work? It's going to make Certus quartz seeds. Those get pulled back in. It does work. Oh, beautiful. Okay. That is awesome. Just going to put the rest of our materials in there. This is going to craft a whole bunch of Certus quartz seeds. And we can come back to this in a minute once I've built up a little farm. Alright, with a whole farm built up, let me go grab the seeds. Okay, I got all my seeds planted, and they're moving into this barrel that I have connected to our storage system, and it's moving pretty quick. I think if we just wait a while, we'll have enough. Let's see, we're missing 71,000 right now. Yeah, okay, so after a while, we'll have enough to craft this mega storage component. While we wait on that, we'll grab the other thing we need, which is the jet suit from Ad Astra. This means we're going to go to space. We are going to need to progress through the whole Ad Astra mod in order to get the jet suit, which is made from calorite. Calorite is an ore that's found on Venus, but we need to get all of the other rockets and ores first before we can even go to Venus. So we'll need to start with the moon, and we're going to need to make the tier 1 rocket. So let's make the NASA workbench. We'll need a whole bunch of steel blocks. In here is where we're going to craft the rocket. We just need a couple of fun rocket components in order to craft this bad boy. And then everything together should be able to get us the tier 1 rocket. we're going to need to place this on a launch pad. Now, before we can take off, we're going to need to get this guy some fuel. We're going to make fuel inside of the fuel refinery. Now, to actually go about making fuel, we're going to need some crude oil. So we're going to need to go out to an ocean. Out here in the ocean, you're going to be able to find these oil kind of pillars here. We're just going to go ahead and grab a whole bunch of buckets of this, not water. We need oil. And we'll need more of this later, so we'll come back soon. Oil is going to go into the fuel refinery, where it's going to be turned into fuel. And then we can take out the fuel with buckets again. We're then going to take all of these fuel buckets and put them into the rocket. We're also going to need some spare in order to get back once we land on the moon. We're also going to need a spare launch pad, so we'll put that in the rocket too. Lastly, we were going to need to craft a new set of armor. We're going to need the spacesuit. This is mostly just made with steel plates and wool. We do need the full set in order for this to work properly. Then the last piece of equipment we're going to need is the oxygen loader, and I'm out of steel. Cool. With this hooked up to some power, we'll be able to obtain some oxygen. We do need to get some water in there for it to work. Actually, probably the better way to do this is to run a sink into it because it takes quite a lot of water to make a little bit of oxygen. So then once we have some oxygen coming in, we're going to put our spacesuit and it's going to start filling up with that oxygen. We'll put it through all the way until it's full and we should be ready to go. We got our fancy spacesuit. We're ready to breathe on the moon. That's why we need that oxygen. You can't breathe on the moon without it. So let's hop in here and we should just be able to hold space and take off. And then sooner or later, we'll be right up in space someday. Here we go. We can see all of the planets that we have access to. Right now we can only travel to the moon. We're going to go ahead and land on the moon here. We've got our little landing device here. We can see we're floating all the way down. Eventually we're going to want to hold space to slow down so we don't crash land. Nice and easy. Booyah. Look at that. And we're on the moon. Boom. We have all of our fuel buckets, our launch pad, and our rocket ready to go when we're ready to leave. We do probably want to launch from the same space that we landed. So we'll throw this down and come back to it later. So now here on the moon, there is quite a lot to explore. There's some cool structures. I think under here, there's a custom village. Yeah, down here we got some of these lunar folks that sell, they're like villagers, but on the moon. Oh, I forgot that this, oh no, you can't breathe here. I forgot that this pack has easy villagers, but when you pick them up, they turn into normal villagers. That's weird. These villagers do have some nice loot if you want, along with plenty of dash, which we're actually going to use and is actually what we're here for. So if you can't find a village, the other way that you're going to be able to find dash is by mining. Let me see if I can head down here and grab some. Ah, here we go. There's some raw dash. It looks like the only way to automate dash is with the dash bee, and I believe these bees have all of the variation. Okay, so we'll probably use some bees to automate the Ad Astra ores. So all we found through the village will probably be enough. I think we only need 2 blocks to get a bee going, and then we can make 4 bees from that. Also on the moon, you can find cheese. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here since we're running low on oxygen now. We can just hop back in our fueled rocket and take off once again. And then hopefully, since we put our launch pad on the moon in pretty much the same spot, we shouldn't land very close to our base or right smack on top of it. Perfect. To prepare for our next trip, we are going to need some more fuel. We're also going to need to make the tier 2 rocket, which is going to use quite a lot of dash. So I'm thinking we should prepare for that and go ahead and grab the dash bee. This bee is made by converting a steel bee with a dash block, which means we're going to need a iron bee and a coal bee. A coal bee I do not have. Leaf cutter bee, magmatic. Okay, more bee stuff. Do need the magmatic bee in order to make the coal bee. So we'll use a nether brick nest and give this guy some magma cream. Then grab this guy. Breeding the magmatic bee and the leaf cutter bee is going to get us the coal bee. Then we'll breed the coal bee and an iron bee together. This should get us the steel bee. Once we have our steel bees, we can throw them in here. We're going to convert them to dash bees with a dash block. Get that out of here. Do the same for the other one. Why are you burning? Oh, that's not good. Anyway, these guys also need a dash block to flower and to start producing some honeycombs. And I've got some productivity upgrades for them. Now I've set up a new little beehive for these guys, and I've started using modular routers. We're gonna take the items from the beehive with a polar upgrade, send it to this centrifuge over here, and then this modular router is going to take the finished products from the centrifuges and pull them into this and then put them into the storage controller. Before these guys get any further, I'm going to whack them out and breed them a couple of times to try and get 5 to fill up that beehive so that we can produce lots of dash. So I do now have 5 dash bees. We're going to go ahead and throw these back in our beehive and let them start producing some dash combs. And I'll let these guys work for a while so that we can get enough dash to make the tier 2 rocket. In other news, we do now have enough Certus Quartz Essence to craft the 256 million mega storage component. I just don't have enough computer bytes. Let me take a look at this. While I'm waiting on my new storage component to craft up, so that I can upgrade my computer processing power, I do have enough dash now. I just need to do a little crafting here for all of these rocket components. And this engine right here should be the last piece. Whoop, I put it in there. I need that. Boop, and we should get the tier 2 rocket. I will have to run out and grab some more fuel real quick. Okay, I just got a whole bunch of this stuff, so hopefully we wouldn't have to come back out here. All right, I just went and got a whole bunch of oil so we can process all of this into fuel. Give this guy enough to make it to the next planet, along with 3 spares and a spare launch pad. Make sure we put on our spacesuit, and we should be safe to head to the next planet. To Mars we go. Pop down our rocket to head home, and let's go find the next material. Oh great, there's Easter eggs on Mars too. That's awesome. So we are looking for this stuff right here, Ostrom ore, which we're just gonna get again by mining in the caves of Mars. We'll need enough to make 2 bees out of this. So that's 2 blocks of it, along with a third block to actually let the bees flower. So hopefully we can grab what we need real quick and get out of here. All right, 40 should be more than enough. Let me go ahead and head home. All right, with all of our ostrom smelted up now, we can turn some of these into blocks. I'm going to borrow 2 of my dash bees for a minute. I'm gonna breed these together to get 2 more. Wow, this thing is still crafting. I'm really gonna need a bigger computer for the 256 one, because that is crazy. I still got like 4 minutes left. Okay, hopefully these guys should be done. 2 dash bees, and I can return the other 2 to their home, which I'm upgrading a little in between all this business I'm doing. How do you guys like it? Let's grab our 2 dash bees back, and then these guys can go up here, and we're gonna turn them into ostrom bees. Then I'll grab these guys actually, and we're gonna put them back in the breeder to make 3 more. Actually, I guess 5 more, because we're gonna need the 2 for the future. Alright, that should be the last of these guys. And then I have the 2 spares ready to turn into the next bee. In order to do that, though, we're going to need the next tier of rocket again, which takes a whole lot of ostrom. So we're going to let these bees work for a little bit to get some more ostrom going. Yippee! This should be enough ostrom to start crafting the tier 3 rocket. Alright, these should be the last bits here for the tier 3 rocket. And this should be, in theory, the last rocket we need. Before we head to the next planet, though, we are going to need an upgraded spacesuit. We're going to need the netherite spacesuit, which is made with netherite, ostrom, and dash. So hopefully that can be kind of easy. We just need some netherite gear. And then hopefully, can we craft spacesuit from this stuff? Yes. Ta-da! That should be the last piece there. We're going to give this guy some oxygen, just like the old one. Toss everything on, and we should be ready to head to the next planet. Time to head to Venus, I think. Mercury? I think Mercury is the one we want. Oh, okay. I was very wrong. That's okay. We just have to refuel, and head back home so that we can go to Venus instead. Okay, got my rocket fueled. Let's try this one more time. Venus time! So one more time, we're gonna need to head down into a cave. And here, we're gonna be looking for this red stuff right here, calorite. And again, we really just need enough to make a couple bees so that we can farm this stuff forever. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Oh! Rough landing. The good news is that we should be all done with the space stuff, and my rocket disappeared. I think it blew up, which is nice. With all this calorite, we are going to be able to make the calorite bee. I just need to make a nice little room for it real quick, so I'll do that. Alright, got these guys a nice little home. So we'll throw down our ostrom bees, convert them into calorite bees. And I do need to grab these guys so that I can breed them up one more time. While I'm waiting on those guys to breed, I was able to craft... I need the mega storage component, don't I? Here we go. We need the mega crafting unit to add to this mega storage component. And this is going to give us 64 million bytes onto our crafting storage. So hopefully this works. I don't have to have all of them together. I think so. What we can also do is make these mega co-processing units. And these default ones just add one extra crafting unit per block, but these other ones add 4, so each one will be able to craft 4 items at the same time, or it'll be able to process 4. We would need more crafting storage, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just went ahead and set up a whole new one just for funsies, so this bad boy should be able to hold 64 million bytes of crafting storage, along with being able to process 16 crafting processes at the same time. Should we test it out? Maybe for funsies, I'll add more processing power to it. Mr. Bees are done. All you guys go in here. I do need to finish setting up the modular routers for these. So we'll just get in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Nope, not that. There we go. And then you pull from here too. And everything should work now, I think. We should start getting some calorite. Oh yeah, now this guy should be able to handle quite a lot of crafting. So let's go ahead and craft our biggest storage component. And we can see how many things it started to craft at the same time, or at least trying to. It looks like it's going to take roughly about 30 minutes. So we'll come back to this in a while. Okay, let's look at what we can do next while I'm waiting for these things to craft. And I'm waiting on some calorite to come in. I suppose I can try Nature's Aura stuff. We need the Master of Oblivion Shard. We need the World's Eye. Lots of stuff here. Ritual of the Forest. I have no idea how any of this works past this point, by the way. So I'm kind of going to be winging it from here. Looks like for the World's Eye, we need these Bottled Darkness. So we'll need 2 bottles and corks. And then in the end, we're just going to use these, and we should get some Bottled Darkness. We're also going to need the Environmental Eye from Nature's Aura, which looks like we have to do a ritual for. We need some Brilliant Fiber first, which somehow I have no leaves. Ta-da! We're going to use this stuff on the top of a tree. Eventually, it should spread to the rest of the leaves. Ah, okay, so it's definitely working. We just have to wait a little bit. I'll come back to you. Calorite time. A whole bunch of crafting, and we should be able to craft the jet suit. We're only missing one more item for the improbable probability device, and that's this bad boy. That's gonna take a while, I think. But now we're done with all of the Ad Astra stuff, so I think it's time to move on to looking at the rest of the stuff for the Oblivion Shard. And we need Eternal Stellas, and I've actually never used this mod before either. So, fortunately, there's a guidebook. So somehow we need to find some darkstone, and I've actually never seen any of this pop up before. So hopefully it's just something that's in the world, preferably right here. Beautiful. That's actually exactly it. Let me just grab a whole bunch of this. We're going to take some of these arcane crystals that we've found from mining. We're going to smelt them up to get arcane crystal dust. Then we're going to also use this to make moon, whatever. Yeah, that kind of dust. We're gonna combine those two together to get diorum ingots. Now we get to the fun part. We get to make a little ritual site using all that diorum we just made, along with lots of darkstone. So we can just follow the pattern that's in the quest book, making sure we're using polished darkstone for this. With everything laid out here, we're gonna place a smithing table in the middle, and then right click it with the red dust. This is going to turn it into the Hephaestus Forge. To actually use the forge, we'll need a blacksmith gavel. Now to craft the Eternal Stella, we're going to need to upgrade our forge to tier 3 first. And we're on tier 1 right now, which means we need to perform this recipe to get to tier 2. Not only do we need all of these items here, an Edelwood, which we don't have yet, but we have 4 different items out in here that we also need to perform the ritual. We have Aureal, souls, blood, and experience, which we don't need for this, but we'll go over how to get all those. Let's get Edelwood first. We're gonna need to travel to a dark forest biome. Okay, I just tuned back in. Why am I going to a dark forest biome? Edelwood, that's why. You remember now. How many of these fools do I need? Probably a couple. Yeah, I think only a couple is enough. So, to perform the ritual to get this bad boy up to tier 2, we're going to need some of these darkstone pedestals to hold some items, which means I may need more of that ingot. Oh, I need 8 of these fools? That's so many. These guys are going to go on the spots here. And then once we have all of the items we need, which I do not because I am missing 3 spawner scrap, which means I need to go find some spawners. What are the odds there's some spawners working for me? Right in this big hole. This is where the spawners will be. I feel like I had way more of this stuff before, but for some reason, I don't. Once those are in place and we have all of the items needed to complete the ritual, you go in the middle. We also are going to need our Aureal, Souls, and Blood. Aureal is obtained through these bottles here, which you can find from looting. And I'm not sure, we just put them in there. Okay, so don't drink them. We can also craft them using a potion of regeneration and that arcane crystal dust. The other option is for us to craft a darkstone pillar, which will slowly generate Aureal over time. Although I'm not sure if it's working. Because you have to do it on the structure. Okay, please tell me I get my stuff back. Oh, okay, you just get the whole obelisk. Beautiful. Now we can work on getting some souls. For this, we're going to need the soul extractor. We're going to use this on some soul sand. And this is going to slowly get us some souls. And then we can put these souls into our forge. Then the last thing we'll need is some blood. For this, we'll need a test tube. And we'll also need the mystical dagger. Everything's so complicated. Everything needs so many things. Okay, dark rune. Cooking Edelwood gets us dark matter. And where did it go? 1 mystical dagger. Alright, now with our mystical dagger, we just need to go out and find some mobs to kill. Oink, 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 oink. And hopefully this should get us some blood, which it looks like it is. And we'll need 6,000 blood to complete this ritual. I think this is working. Kind of. I think it did work. Only 3,000. Oh no. Let's just throw this in here. Wait for it to empty out and then I'll go get the rest. But as it turns out, these crystal obelisks also have to go where these darkstone petals will go. And it should start slowly generating some Aureal. Throw the rest of this blood in here. And hopefully this isn't too slow, because I do need 500 of it to make tier 2. Oh gosh. I could also just make more of these pillars. Boink, 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 boink. That should help it generate a little faster. While we wait on that, it looks like for the most part, our golden leaves are ready to harvest. So now we can take these guys and we're going to make 8 wooden stands out of them. And then we're also going to get 16 gold powder. From the quest, we can get the guidebook, which has a little page on the ritual of the forest, which is exactly what we need to do. So we're going to visualize this, place it down. We just follow this pattern here to place all of our wooden stands, gold powder, and we'll need to grow a sapling in the middle, and everything should be complete. Now to make the environmental eye, we'll need 2 gold leaves, a spider eye, and a gold ingot, and then we'll need to complete this ritual twice to get both of the world eyes that we need for the Oblivion Shard. Oh, okay, it has to have the items before you place the sapling. Noted. There we go. And I think, hopefully, there we go. One environmental eye. And then we'll just do that one more time. Cool. And with 2, that should be all we have to do with nature's aura. We just need these 2 world eyes. And that should be that. Complete. We should now have enough Aureal in here too to upgrade this bad boy to tier 2. So I think with everything in here, I do need to remove these pillars and place back the pedestals and get all the items on here. And then, oh, is it just gonna go? Or is it just saying it's ready? Gabble. It's working. Oh, yeah, it definitely worked. Okay. Jeez. Okay, we need to upgrade this bad boy one more time to get it to tier 3 before we can start making the eternal stellas. So we'll need to do this one here. 1,000 Aureal, 50 souls, 9,000 blood. That's a lot. Now it's time to collect 50 souls. Ta-da! Looks like we finally have enough Aureal in here. So that we can just throw all of these down. Hopefully, this should just work. Tier 3. Oh, I heard it. It worked! So to make enough Eternal Stellas, we're going to need 4 of these. So we'll have to do this ritual 4 times. So we'll need 4,000 blood, 4 souls, and however much Aureal that is. So I need to let that build up for just a minute. These Roses of Oblivion you can find in the end after you've killed the End Dragon. They just kind of spawn all over the main End Island. And I think around the surrounding ones. Alright, let's give this a shot. 3 of these orbs, Stellarite piece, diamond in the middle. Whack. Yippee! Bunk. And we just need to do that 4 times. And that should be the last one here. So we can craft up our Oblivion Shard now. And that marks off another item. Yeah. One step closer. Oh, who's next? Here's a question. Do we think I could beat the Piglitch right now? I guess there's only really one way to find out. Since we are going to try to do this, I do want to make sure I take a model framework so that we can get a data model and we can farm the Piglitch through this guy, the hostile neural networks, so that we don't have to kill him a bunch, because we are going to need a bunch of Piglitch hearts. I mean, I don't see why I can't attempt this. Let's go ahead. Not this place. How do we get there? Oh, the Nether, that's right. From the Nether, we'll need to use our teleport pad to head to the other dimension. And then from here, we're going to be looking for... not a fortress. We need the ancient pyramid. Boom. That's not that bad. I've heard some horror stories about trying to find this thing. So we need to head this direction. Now in this dimension, we can't fly, so we're just going to have to travel 5 foot all the way to this Piglitch dimension thing. Now I believe if we head to the surface here, since it did spawn us in a cave, pretty sure at some point it stops being a cave. I think I see leaves up there. Ooh, yes, here we go. This is perfect, actually. And then we can just travel the rest by foot. And we can actually kind of cheese this a bit and just spam space. And, you know, I'm technically flying right now. And then I guess we'll get there eventually. I can't really see where we are, though. I think I can see it on the map, though. Oh, yeah. Cool, this is perfect. Exactly where we need to be. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, I guess I underestimated how many things were going to be in here. I don't know where the pig guy is. Okay, I had to come back because, wow, that was way too much. I got some food. I got some protection on my armor. Okay, let me try this again. I need to find where this pig fool is. Oh, why are there 3 of them? Okay, well, anyway. I need to not die, first of all. Yeah, and then right-click on this guy. Get that data model. Yeah, get me out of here. Oh, he has so much health. Yeah, this is fun. These guys have so much health. Oh my god. Nah, man, there's got to be a better way to fight this guy. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm getting frustrated. These witches are so annoying. Okay, good news. That crashed my game. That was fun. So I've done my research, and apparently, we need a better option. because that data model is not going to do the trick. We have to jump into Ars Nouveau, or however you say it. I've never used this mod before, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, I've been trying to do my research, but this is going to confuse my brain. I can just tell. We need a spellbook. We can also upgrade this to the next tier spellbook, and then once again, we don't have access to this yet though. But we should be able to get the second tier. Mage's spellbook. Beautiful. Next, we'll need to go find some of the special Ars Nouveau trees. I'm pretty sure these guys just spawn kind of randomly, like these ones right here. Yoink. And there's another one. I'm not sure if we need the different ones, but we'll go ahead and grab it. We also probably want to grab these source berries, which I believe also spawn next to the trees. We'll need these for generating source here in a minute. Next, we're going to need one of these imbuement chambers. This is going to allow for most of the crafting we're going to do with Ars Nouveau. And we'll put you over here. Now we're going to use this to create a source gem, which we can either do with lapis or amethyst. And we'll just put this in here, and it's going to slowly turn this into a source gem. Now, if we have other sources of source coming in, this will convert it faster. We do have our first source gem ready to go, though. Now, with two source berries, or with two source gems, we're going to make the mycelial source link. This is going to turn food into source. Specifically, we're going to use the source berries. Then we're also going to need an arcane pedestal, which requires source stone. This is made also with a source gem. Then I'll place this down next to our source link. And then I've just got a whole bunch of botany pots back here that we're going to put our source berries in. And then in theory, if I just get some of these and then have this send to the arcane pedestal, when these grow, hopefully, let me just throw, okay, so it does work. Let me just send some of these over to the pedestal, and then this should start generating some source. Beautiful, so it does work. Yes, so we are generating some source now. Now, if I try to make another source gem, is it going to use this source? Or does it need to be closer? Oh, okay, sweet. So it does work there too. Cool, so now we are technically generating source, and all that's working well. I do need 8 arcane pedestals for this quest. Let me graph those real quick. Boop, boop, boo. Here's all 8 of those for the quest. These are going to go around our imbuement chamber. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. We'll save these. Now, in theory, these quest rewards should give me at least one of them. One of them ought to give me a Wilden Horn, which is actually what we need. Now, we're going to take this, and I need to go find a Drigme. These are pretty much just found out in the wild. They can be anywhere. That's a chicken, and that's a Drigme. You are going to get this Wilden Horn. Maybe. Take it. He's going to do a little dance. He's going to be happy, and he's going to give us these Drigme tokens. These we're going to use to make a Drigme charm. We're getting there. I need the enchanting apparatus, which also needs the arcane core. And then we also need 8 of these. These are going to go around this in a little diamond. This is going to go in the middle. I do believe we need this Dominion wand, maybe. I'll craft it, just in case. Okay, let me try this. We need 2 source gems. Boink. Arcane core must be placed beneath this block. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. You don't need 8 of these. You only need 1. This goes below this, and then these pedestals go around it. Genius. Now we can place these in. Stick goes in the middle. Boink. And then all this should combine to create, at some point, that is a really cool animation. Dominion wand. I don't know if we need this, but we're about to find out. Now, we can create the Drigme charm, which is going to be 3 source gems, some kind of fish, some kind of seeds, apple, carrot, wheat, Drigme token in the middle. All this should combine and get 1 Drigme charm. Okay, I think we're almost there. Now we're going to need a containment jar. We're going to need the tablet of containment. And I think I need the imbuement chamber to make this because we need manipulation essence. So let me borrow some of these pedestals because this needs clock, redstone, button, gem. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little eerie on jumping into this mod just because I don't know how it works, but I think I'm figuring it out. This is gonna use all of our source to craft the tablet of containment. Oh, manipulation essence first. Okay, and then can I get beep beep beep? Wonderful. Okay, one step closer. I think this last thing we need is the ritual brazier. Oh, this doesn't even consume all the items. Weird. And that's that. Ritual brazier. And you know, while we're on the topic of this mod, we may as well go ahead and finish it. I do think I need to upgrade our source generation first, though, because I'm not sure how much the ritual takes. And I may go a little overboard on this, but I'm just going to use one of these harvester pylons, just like we do for mystical agriculture, to farm some source berries. I'm hoping these lily pads affect their growth, which it looks like it's working. And that's very nice. So I just get a whole bunch of these growing. This should be way faster than these botany pods. Yeah. Swap this out for a puller module on this. Throw that in there. This should send... I do need some stack upgrades, though. I guess not, technically, since this can only hold one at a time. The other thing we can do is craft an agronomic source link. And then this, in theory, should generate source from the growing plants. So if I put this here, is it going to reach those? It does. Beautiful. And then this should fill up from that. Beautiful. I love this. Wait, did this finish? Oh my god, it did. Wait, I can craft this now. Yippee! And that's another thing down. Bang. We are killing it. I mean, I made more progress than I ever thought I was going to, so this is good. So now that we have our source jars filling up quite a lot faster, we're going to need the Tablet of Summon Wilden. This is going to summon a boss that we need to beat up. So all we need, a couple little things here. So then we're also going to need both the Wilden Wing, the Wilden Spike, and the Wilden Horn. These we got from quest rewards, but you get these by slaying all these Wilden mobs. Then we're going to use this on a Ritual Brazier. Pop this in here, use all of these items. Hopefully this guy isn't too beefy. Waiting activation. What are you waiting for? Interact. Oh, okay. There, that's all I needed to do. This is gonna summon a little mob guy. Hopefully this guy isn't too scary. Are we chill? Oh, I was in peaceful. Okay. Use this. Mob drop, mob drop, mob drop. Activate. Yes, okay, now this should summon the boss. Oh my god, he's huge! I was not expecting him to be that big. Hopefully I can beat him up before he beats me up. Already got him down halfway. Oh. We're going to stage 2. Thorns. You almost got me. Oh, almost had me that time. Almost got me. Are we going to phase 3? Ooh. Was he flying? He is flying. Whoa! Just die already. Please. There we go. Yoink. That's all I needed. We need Wilden Tribute. As a reward for beating that guy up. Heck yeah. So now all we need to craft is the Focus of Summoning, and we'll be done with Ars Nouveau. Alright, back to enchanting apparatus. Yippee! So then this takes this. All of these guys. You in the middle. And this should give me Focus of Summoning. Sweet. That completes that. And we're done with Ars Nouveau. Not done, because we need it to contain the Piglitch. I do need the Ritual Brazier, I think. So I need a source jar, and now I can head back to the other. Oh, there's so many. Why are there so many of them? So all I need to do is throw down this ritual brazier, source jar. You're gonna go tap with a containment on top. And then, if I get these guys to try and follow me over here. Not you. I just need you to come up here. Oh, can you even get up here? Uh-oh. Okay. Just one. Just one of you, please. So now I'm gonna turn this on. It's gonna start running, using some source. Anybody that comes... I forgot the containment jar. Oh gosh. Okay. I need you, one of you, to walk in here, and you're gonna get contained. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm in peaceful, so I can't get rid of these guys. We just need to grab all of our stuff with him in the containment jar. Yes, beautiful. And I can get out of here. Okay. Now with this guy in a containment jar, we're gonna toss down a mossy cobblestone, use a drink me charm on it. Then this guy should come down. And if I use our containment jar here, and put a chest next to him, he should start farming the Piglitch. And it looks like he is. He's doing a little dance. May need source. I'm not sure. Let's find out. So in theory, this is going to start farming the Piglitch, and we should just get hearts out of this. Looks like he's working. Usually, green glowy means good. So apparently, in theory, we can speed this up too. Because as it turns out, it is very, very slow. We don't want that. We need a lot of Piglitch hearts. So if I make another Drigme charm, we should be able to just take this and toss it right down on the same spot. And this will, double the speed of it. Because there's two of them now. So I'm just going to wait here a bit and see if we get a Piglitch heart in here. And then I think we'll be set. Okay, so this is definitely working. We've got 12 Piglitch hearts now. We do need Piglitch hearts for a couple things in all the mod star. Like the Dragon Soul requires a whole block. And then the casing for the all the mod star requires all of these unobtainium alloy blocks. And all of these take a whole block of Piglitch hearts too. So that's 28 blocks of Piglitch hearts that we need for the star, along with 29 for the other thing. But we can also use them to craft a really nice sword with these alloys. So we're going to take our Allthemodium sword right now, which does 16 attack damage. We're going to throw it in the enchanting apparatus along with all of these alloys here, which we get by energizing them in power. So we'll need 3 of the unobtainium Allthemodium alloys, 3 of the vibranium Allthemodium alloys, and 3 unobtainium vibranium alloys. So the way we're going to make these alloys is we're going to take our ingots, put them all together with a Piglitch heart in a energizing orb. We're going to wait for this to get some energy. Although this is extremely slow. I may need some better energizing rods. Okay, let me try this. I've got 9 of the max tier energizing rods. I'm gonna hook this up to our power. Hopefully this works. Yeah, that's way faster. Actually need to turn off the fusion reactor. Actually need to turn this off over here. I'm just gonna remove the power entirely. And we get an alloy ingot. Cool. Now we just need to do that like 8 more times. I think we can add even more rods to this. Okay, yeah, this should be nice and fast now with all of this. Now, when it comes time to, we're not going to be making ingots individually. We can make whole blocks at a time. I just wanted enough ingots to make this sword. Sweet. That should be all of them. Now we need to go back to our enchanting apparatus. Put all of these in here. I think we may need more pedestals though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we have 8. Boom, 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 boom. That should be all of them. Then if we place our sword in the middle, all of this should combine. We're gonna get the Allthemodium Alloy Blade. This bad boy does a whopping 46 attack damage. Let's test this out, shall we? I think it's Twilight Forest time. Or is it? Do I need to do this first? I think I might. From the Twilight Forest, we need the Lich Trophy, the Urghast Trophy, and the Snow Queen Trophy, all of which we get by beating the bosses. Oh, yeah, we need Night Metal, steal all of these too. Okay, I think I'm ready to head to the Twilight Forest. We need to surround a pool of water with some flowers, and then we're going to toss a diamond inside, and this should open up the Twilight Forest. Jump inside, and we're here. Now, we can't fly in here, but we're already where we need to be. So, what we're going to need to do first, we're going to need to beat up this guy, wherever he is. Aha, there you are. So I'm hoping I do lots of damage with this sword now. We could just get rid of him real quick. Come here. There we go. Easy peasy. Are you dead? Aha. Loot chest. Alright, easy. That's one boss down. So I think next I need to find... Again, this is something I've never done before, but apparently ravens spawn around these. So if I can find one of those guys, I can kill it. Get a raven feather. Not from that one. Anybody else? How about you? There we go. This guy. Oh, I need torchberries too. Where do I get those? Are you a torchberry? That's a firefly. Not the same thing. All I know is that I heard I need torchberries. Maybe that's an underground sort of thing. Looks like it. You. Exactly what I needed. Now we're going to combine those torchberries, piece of glowstone, and that raven feather to get magic map focus, and surround that in paper to get our magic map. This is going to show us the location of all the bosses, which is basically all we need to get out of this. So next we should be able to find the Lich's Tower right here. So we'll need to break into here, and then we'll need to head all the way up to the top. And this is the Lich up here. We need to avoid him for a minute while I get rid of these guys. Oh gosh. Okay, get rid of all these skeletons first. Oh, hello. You just followed me in here. Okay. I gotta remember how to fight this guy. Because there is a trick. One of these is the good one. I need it. Boom. Okay, don't hit the fireball. Avoid the fireball, actually. Okay, if I remember correctly, we just need to hit his ender pearl back at him to break his shields. But it doesn't sound like it's doing anything. It did do something. Oh, because this is the fake one. So I don't care about you. Okay. Avoid the fireball. Fireball. Yes, okay. So now we should be able to attack him. Oh, and he's dead. Okay. That was hard. I'll take this and the Lich Trophy. Done. Alright, so we can get out of here now. Next we'll need to head up to the swamp area up here, I think. This is where we're going to find the Minotaur. Time to go to the swamp. Oh, this is the dark forest, that's why. You're not ready for me yet. Anyway, where is this swamp? I think that's it down there. This is the entrance to the labyrinth. Down here in this maze area, we should be able to find Mr. Minotaur guy. Alright, Mr. Guy. One shot. Easy. Wait, was that not the boss? Okay, so that wasn't the boss. I'm just dumb. As it turns out. Paper. I need that. Okay, I need paper because I need to make the maze map. Maze map focus comes from this guy, which I should have by now, but I don't. So I just need to kill some more Minotaurs. Oh, right here is exactly what we need. Oh no, I don't have a crafting table. Yes, perfect. Oh, oh gosh. No, I needed those. I needed those 2 pieces of wood. Okay, maybe there's another one. I feel like I definitely saw another one. Okay, this one doesn't even have a trap. Beautiful. So I just need these 2 pieces of wood so I can make a crafting table. And then this is going to allow me to make the maze map. I'm going to take this crafting table back so I don't have that problem again. Now, can I see the maze? Okay, so if I throw this guy here, now I can actually see the layout of the maze. This thing is huge. Now granted, I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to be going. I believe that somewhere there's going to be a place that we can get down to another floor of the maze. Alright, I'm going to be so for real. I've explored this whole thing. I've got no clue what I'm looking for. I just had to Google this, and it's literally... It's right here. This is it. You just have to... You just have to go down here. And then there's more bad guys. If I do this here... Aha! I can see the lower level. This is it. This is where big spawns. Come over here. You gonna dash out? Oh, that was really difficult. Well, with that, I think we can get out of here. We need to eat this meat stroganoff. Now, with that, we should be able to access the next area. I just need to get out of here first. Give me a minute, and I'll meet you back at the surface. Okay, cool. Now it is hydro time. Where am I? Oh, right here. We can now access the fiery swamp area, and I feel like up here is a good bet. All right. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, you have a lot of health. Wait, why am I not doing anything? I'm trying to get up close and personal. Ah, he almost ate me. Ouch. Oh yeah, that definitely hurt. Please. Don't do anything more than that. It's over, it's over. I got one. Ow! It grew back another head, just like the real thing. Okay, I just need to get in a couple more hits. Rude. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Easy. Hydra trophy. Fiery blood. I need that. Who's next? Dark Forest time. Dark Forest is all the way up to the right. And we are looking for this right here. Wait. I can't see. Well, I don't know what that was. I had to relog, and I found this place right here. And apparently, we need to place the Lich trophy head right there, and then we can go down. Beautiful. Now, we must head down to, excuse me, helmet crab, the third layer somehow. Goblin, goblin. Aha. Is it you in here? This was easy. Hello. Scary. Night phantom, night phantom, night phantom, night phantom, night phantom, night phantom, night phantoms. I win. Ooh, I think I might need a lot of this. I think I need like a whole bunch. Enough to make a whole block of it. But these are like nuggets. So I need, what's 9 times 9? 81. So does that mean I need to kill a whole bunch of those goblin guys? The knights? Like you? Do you give me the knight medal? Actually, maybe that's something I'll do later. I'm bored. Okay, who's next? You've got the Urgas this time. This guy is gonna get messed up right now. Reappearing blocks? Oh, they're gonna reappear. I'm in the maze now. The Urgas maze. Okay. Reappear, reappear, reappear. Ah! Jeez. Beetle jump scare. Am I at the top? Yeah, no, I'm dead. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Ow. I have discovered what you're supposed to do. Get in here. I mean, this is supposed to work. Now. Oh, yes. Oh, it worked. Oh, that's how you do it, baby. Oh, I was so scared that I wasn't going to be able to do it. That takes care of Dig Your Gas. Now, to the snow biomes. Hello, Mr. Yeti. Oh, he stole me. And he's going to be in here, in this big mountain. Oh, that is a lot of Yetis. Boink. Come here. Boink. Oh, he stole me. Oh, goodbye. That was really difficult. Alright, Snow Queen time. And this is the last boss we should have to beat. Snow Queen time! The real question is, how do I get in? Right here. Boink, boink. Ooh, who's shooting me? Jeez. I don't know if that's necessary. Oh gosh, that's a lot of you guys. Oh, because they're unstable. That would explain why they're exploding. Am I there yet? This is a tall mess. Ah! Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh, I am. Ah, come down here. Boink. One more hit. I got it. Easy. This was easy. Cool. Cool bow. Okay, I'll take it. And Snow Queen trophy. We definitely needed that. And I think we're done with the Twilight Forest. So, let's get out of here. I need to go find the portal. We made it. Oh, I can fly again. Sweet. Okay, let me put all this away. So a couple things we needed from the Twilight Forest were Carbonite. This we got from the Gas fight. Steel Leaf. I think this was all that Dark Knight stuff, maybe? Night Metal, we definitely don't have enough of. We can make seeds from that, did you know? But I definitely don't have enough because I got like 2 shards. So we'll take care of that later. We did get Mr. Snow Queen trophy. Fiery Metal is Iron and Fiery Blood. And that guy. Boom. So yeah, all we're missing is Night Metal. Ooh, we were in there for a long time. How's our Piglitch doing? Beautiful. I gotta remember how many blocks of this do I need for the casing. So we need 28 of these and then 2 of these, but we can't make this because we need the Awakening Altar. This one we can. So we need 28 unobtainium, 28 aluminium. Let me try this. Ooh, missing a whole bunch. And then we also need a Piglitch heart block for the Dragon Soul. So that takes care of that. While we're on the topic of the Dragon Soul, what am I missing here? Got a Spirit, this, Dragon Scale, Dragon Egg. I know we can craft the Dragon Egg. For sure. Dragon Scale is dropped by the Ender Dragon on death. So I don't think we have any of those yet. No. Empty Soul Gem. We have to do some occultism stuff. And then the Guy Spirit is Botania. We could probably go ahead and knock out Botania. I should have some mystical flowers. Get a petal. And grab the petal apothecary. We'll then need a bucket of water. We're going to put some seeds in here. Or not seeds. Not just yet. We need 4 mystical white petals. Give me my bucket. We're going to toss these in here. And then we'll add our seeds. We're going to get a pure daisy from this. So we'll plant this guy down. And then placing some stone around this is going to slowly turn this into living stone. Ta-da! And then we'll do the same thing with logs to get living root. With the living rock, we can create a mana pool. And yoink. Now we'll need to create our first flower to generate some mana. I'm just going to make the hydrangea, which is 2 blue petals and 2 cyan petals. These hydrangeas just require a source of water next to them to start generating some mana. We can see that they are by those little blue particles. And we're also going to need a mana spreader. There we go. Now this should start getting some mana in here. We'll be able to convert specific items into mana items with this. Once it has enough mana, we can throw something in there and convert it. So we're definitely going to need some more of these flowers too to generate more mana. Fortunately, these early ones are really easy to get. The flowers actually have seeds with them. So we can get all of these like seeds and colors real easily. The other flower we can make is the Endo Flame. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of these. And then really, the only way I remember how to do this is to get all of our Endo Flames around a pressure plate here. And then above that, we're going to place an open crate. And then we do need a redstone signal coming out of this. Actually, let's use those redstone links. Let's place one underneath the pressure plate. And let's just use cyan petals for this. And then if we put one on the open crate, it should, in theory, we should be able to take some coal here. They should fall. Don't go. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, because I forgot to set this to receive. I also need to take off this magnet, because wow. It's really annoying. Okay, set this guy to receive. Nope, not break. And then it should only let out one item at a time since this is getting a redstone signal. But anyway, we should be generating a lot more mana now. I'm going to have to hook up another mana spreader to the rest of these. But once we have enough mana in here, we can throw in our ender pearl to get a mana pearl. A diamond is going to get us a mana diamond, and an iron ingot is going to get us a mana steel ingot. We're going to use these in a second. We're going to use our mana pearl to make a runic altar. We're going to use this to create runes. And we're going to need at least one of each of these to get the terrestrial agglomeration plate. I remember how much I don't like Botania now. Okay, anyway, let's just go through this one at a time. Okay, rune of water is going to be mana powder, mana steel, bone meal, sugarcane, not that guy, fishing rod, sugarcane. We do need to hook up our mana spreader to the runic altar to start getting some mana in there, and then it will slowly gather enough mana to make this rune. We then just need to add a living rock and wrench it. Get the rune of water. Mana steel, coal, mana powder, mushroom, stone. That's gonna get us the rune of earth. 5 ingots and a mana pearl is gonna get us the rune of mana. Boom, boom. Carpet. Feather, strength. Rune of air. And then last but not least, nether wart, nether brick, gunpowder. And then these two. But not that. It's gonna get us the rune of fire. Now we should have everything to create the terrestrial agglomeration plate. Ta-da! To make the agglomeration plate like base, we need 5 living rock and lapis in a pattern like this. To transfer our mana, we're going to take a spark and from the mana pool and put it above our terrestrial agglomeration plate. This will take all the mana, transfer it to here, and everybody should be working now, I think. Or I just moved this. I think I moved this so that both of these guys can reach it. I don't know why these aren't sending any mana to this. Well, anyway, once we have this connected. Yeah, these are connected. Cool. This should be ready to make some terra steel. I do want to make sure we have a good buffer of mana first before we try doing this, because it does take a lot. Oh, what else can we do for fun while we're waiting on that? I'll come back to that. I think I need to do awaken stuff. Is it awakening time? Wither and the Ender Dragon was killed with an essence weapon enchanted with mystical enlightenment. Mystical enlightenment. Cool. Okay, so somehow I think I need a weapon here. This does need mystical enlightenment. We'll throw that in here. Alright, wither time. You should not be able to escape, hopefully. And then we just... Oh, okay. Or you just... Okay, so we just... Oh, I slayed him with the wrong thing. Okay, hopefully we didn't blow up anything important. And somehow, he just got right out the top. Also not good. Okay, take 2. Okay, don't escape this time, maybe. There we go. Now we can just beat him up from in here. Beat him with the premium sword. And hopefully, he drops... Oh, it doesn't look like it. Ah, yes, perfect. That's actually exactly how many we need. Now, in theory, we can make a bee out of this. Do I want to, though? Because we need 4 of those blocks. Wait, what else did I need this for? Ah, that's what else I needed this for. Okay. We're probably fine for now. So, for the awakening altar, we're going to take this guy right here. And it's going to show us where to place all these things. But we need 4 awakening pedestals and 4 essence vessels. Now, what I wanted to use this for now was to make these 2 awaken alloy blocks. Earth, air, fire, water. I don't think I have earth or air essence. Fortunately, these are really easy to get. So, let's make air seeds and earth seeds. Okay, so I just made drawers and seeds for both of these guys. Okay, we should have everything now. I do need to go to the awakening altar. So we're going to take our unobtainium vibranium alloy, put that in the middle. Then we're going to take our essences, earth, air, fire, and water. And then we'll need 2 vibranium blocks and 2 unobtainium blocks. And then this should be able to make the awaken alloy button. That's too many words. This one. Button. Awaken unobtainium vibranium alloy block. Ta-da! We just need 1 more of those. We can call it a day on that. Let's go ahead and get our second one. Sweet. That should be that done. Alright. What to do next? I think next on my list of fun things to do is going to be to try and get all of the nether stars I need. And that is going to be a pain in the rear. Because we need almost like 100,000 nether stars, I think. So we need 15 of these guys. And yeah, so we need quite a lot. So what I'm going to try to do to crank this up is I'm going to craft a whole bunch of these simulation chambers and a whole bunch of loot fabricators. And you guessed it, a whole bunch of data modules. Then I have no clue how I'm going to set this up. Is this overkill? Might be overkill. Alright, I have no clue what I'm doing here. Okay, so in theory, if I select all of these, and make it go into the router, whoop, and I will need a filter too, for the wither prediction. Make sure this matches MBT, whitelist that. Now it should only pull those wither prediction models into here. We will probably need some speed upgrades on this, but in theory, we could do this for all of these modules. And do another 8 here. I'm not even sure if that many is necessary. Maybe we'll just stick with 32 for now and see how fast this goes. But then we'll send this into this drawer here, and I suppose we'll need prediction matrices to go in here too. So I have 4 more distributor modules, all with a prediction matrix, and then I'll just select all of these. I am really loving modular routers. I've never used this before, but it's really nice. So then I suppose we'll need an export bus to go into this, and then have this import those prediction matrices with a crafting card, and then hopefully that's fast enough to keep up with all of those. We'll find out here soon. I guess we want that to go into the drawer, and then that should start filling this drawer up. Those should go into the router, and then all of those should go into the simulation chambers once we're ready for those wither predictions. Then this will pull those wither predictions out into this drawer, and then I guess we need 1 more to send to all of the loot fabricators. So we'll just do the same thing with these, but we're sending them into these this time. And then one last time to pull all of the finished nether stars out. And that should be good, I think. Now, of course, all of these will need power, which hopefully this doesn't eat all of my power. Now, last step, we just need all of those wither data models. So now if I right click on you, all of these. Alright, so I got some of these guys in this deep learner. I'm gonna have to kill the wither a whole bunch of times to get this to work. So I guess I just slowly need to start working on getting all of these guys to basic tier. Unless, wait, can I do more than 1 at a time of these? Okay, no promises this is gonna work the way I want it to. Let's kill this guy. 5. Wait, it did work. Okay, sweet. So I only need to kill it 5 times. Oh. Yippee! Okay, so now all of these should be at basic tier. So we can pop back over here, grab all of our wither models, and start putting them in our chambers. Of course, these will all slowly need to work their way up to self-aware, but for the meantime, we could just let this run in the background. What is that? And it looks like we've already gotten our weather predictions. I do need to set that. And then I'm going to have to go in here into all of these and select nether stars, because it's not going to do it on its own. And look, we already have 28 nether stars. We're killing it. Only 90,000 left to go. And the power usage isn't even that bad. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Sweet. I'm going to let this run for a bit until we are able to get 15 of these nether star blocks. That's going to take a while. Hopefully this starts ramping up once their tiers are higher. Let's hope so. In the meantime, I also need to work on getting the other compressed blocks for the dimensional seed. Those I am going to set up more seeds for. I already did the ones for the nether seeds, and this thing is running nice and fast. We have lots of nether essence, and we'll be able to craft a full compressed nether block. And then really the only three I'm missing for that are emeralds, dirt, and obsidian. So I'll work on making a whole bunch of seeds for this and some more farms. Am I anywhere close to being done? I can't tell. Hello, I'm back. I'm getting really close to the end, I believe. I came in, I added 2 more farms, 3 more. I made emerald, dirt, obsidian. Those guys are running, so we can get all of those compressed blocks. Our nether farm is working real nice. Hopefully that'll get us enough eventually. I need to go kill the ender dragon. Now, keep in mind that I don't actually know how to resummon this guy. I think this is how you do it. I was right. Yippee! This is gonna drop us a whole bunch of dragon scales that we need. And I actually am gonna have to do that one more time, I think. There we go. That should be plenty. We are gonna need one of these dragon scales for the dragon soul. But then the rest of them need to turn into more magical soil, because I need more unobtainium seeds. Because I still need like 13 more of these blocks, and I do not have nearly enough, and it's not going fast enough. The problem is that those seeds take 4 blocks, so I don't have that right now, so we're gonna be waiting for a minute. I think next, I'm going to head back to the Twilight Forest. I am going to put looting 3 on my sword real quick. And then I need to head to the Dark Forest again. And then somewhere in this place. Oh crap, am I going to be able to get in here? Without, oh no. Without the Lich Trophy. Dang it. Okay, I have to head out and come back. Okay, let me try this again. You're actually the guy I'm looking for. There we go. That's so much better with looting. So we need more of these armor shards, which come from killing all these guys. Helmet crabs, that guy. Oh man. We do need quite a lot of these shards because 1 shard makes a cluster, and then you need 9 clusters for a full block. So we'll need like 81 shards total. Okay, so now I should definitely have enough of these now. The other option is that you can make a prediction or from the loot fabricator for the goblin or the helmet crab. So that is an option. I'm not going to worry about that today though. So with at least 9 night metal ingots, we need to make the block. And then we should have everything needed to make the miniature Twilight Forest portal now. So we're going to do this in the Awakening Altar. We just need at least 40 of each element essence, and then we'll need a block of steel leaf, block of carbonite, block of fiery metal, whoops, what happened, a block of night metal, and the Snow Queen trophy in the middle, and that's 1 miniature forest portal. Now I think I can try to finish out Philosopher's Fuel. Let me see if I can get Awakened Supremium Furnace. Now I'm just going to make patterns for all of these. because they are kind of annoying to craft one at a time. Along with all of these ingots and stuff, it's just a mess. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I've been trying to do some research about ME systems. Because it's a mess over there. And I'm trying to learn some more about channels and how to network everything. It's confusing. I will try to explain what I got going on in a minute. So the only reason I'm doing this is because I was running out of pattern provider space, and I'm completely out of channels on my main ME system. So this is where the fun part is. We have a larger controller now, basically. Over there, I only had like 2 controllers, but now we have this many. So the way that this kind of works is it kind of this face entirely here. The way that this kind of works is this whole face here has 8 controller sides. So 8 times 32, that's how many channels we have coming out of this face right here. We can't really connect any more to this, I believe, since this is technically 8 channels, and that's how much a cable can hold. But all of this is going into its own ME controller. But this means from this right here, we have 8 times 32, whatever that is. What is 8 times 32? We have 256 channels from this controller right here that we are free to use. So we're just going to come off of this main line here, and then each cable we have that pulls off, we'll be able to get 32 channels from, or 16. We'll be able to get 16? No, 32, because that's how much you can get from that. So yeah, so every time we pull off, we'll get 32 channels, and we can hold a maximum of 256 just from this channel, or just from this face. And I may hook up a different color. Oh, and then P2P, yeah, that works too. So on each face here, we have P2P tunnels. So for each time we want to use 32 channels, we need to pull from the face of the ME controller. So right now, this P2P tunnel is linked up to this one here using a memory card. I know this is confusing. I don't really know how it works either. All I know is that that is giving us 32 channels right here. We have lots more to work with. I'm going to hook up a different color cable. And then we need its own controller. And then this is the one I'm going to link back to our main system so that we can transfer all of our stuff to this new system. Don't do that. That's going to break everything. Okay. In theory, I should be able to take these and then all of my storage here. And then if I just toss all of these together just so I can get into my system. And then I guess I'm technically gonna have to rewire everything. I guess this is gonna be me trying to clean up a bit too. To make the Awakened Supremium Furnace, we need a Supremium block and then this Cognizant Dust, which we get by killing the Wither with Mystical Enlightenment, and then all of our essences here. That's gonna get us an Awakened Supremium block, which we can turn into dust and use to make the pieces for the furnace. And then we'll use all of these here to get our Awakened Supremium Furnace, and that marks that off. Now for the Philosopher's Fuel, we do have to do some evil craft stuff to get the Rejuvenated Flesh. I wonder if I mined up any dark gems. I do, 11,000 of them. And once again, I have no clue how this mod works. So to start this off, we'll need a blood extractor. By default, this has a storage of 5,000 millibuckets, but you can increase it by crafting 2 of them together. And then with this in our inventory, oh, it's loud. Once we start killing some mobs, we're gonna get some blood. Then we're gonna need to craft the blood infuser. Maybe we need a drying basin first. Okay, I believe so. So we'll take this, put some blood in it. You can also do this by just leaving a bucket of blood out in the world. Then we're also going to do this to make the blood infused gem. We need at least 5 buckets of blood, and then we'll toss in a dark gem to get a dark power gem. We need to smelt our hardened blood to get blood shards, and then with this we can make the blood infusion core. Now we can make the blood infuser. we do need to crush a couple of dark gems. We can also now make infused gems a lot easier in the blood infuser. Next, we need a dusted bowl of promises, which we're going to put back in the blood infuser. This is going to get us a bowl of promises. Okay, so I am back. I forgot to record, but we are now automating the collection of blood for Evil Craft with our mob farm. Down here, we just have a pedestal and a, if I can see it, the spiky plate in there. And then this is going into an ender tank. Let me get this out of here so I can hear, which is really simple to set up. We just move the mob crusher for now. And then this is all going into the blood infuser. We can now make the Promise of Tenacity 2, which is going to go in here to upgrade once again. And then we can work on getting the Promise of Tenacity 3. And this is going to take a while to fill up with all the blood it needs. So it does take quite a lot. While that's working and getting more blood, get out of my face. I think all of our alloy blocks have finished crafting up. So now we can put the casing around the star. Ta-da! Now, we don't really have that many spaces to fill, technically. So, apparently, we need this darkened apple. Then we need to go find an animal. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Darkened apple. And then you get a book. And then we get the book for Evil Craft. Now, potentially, if we kill something, maybe again. Nope, they're still invisible. What the heck? Wait a minute, wait a minute. If we make one of... Well, if I can find it first. Aha, there we go. Need one of these. Now, we're going to pop it on easy. Turn on the ring. Maybe? Okay, let's try you. Vengeance Spirit? Okay, and then can I hurt you? No, I can't? What the heck? Do I perhaps need Vengeance Focus? Let's try this. I have no clue what I'm doing. Kill you? Kill you? No spirits. Okay, maybe I need both rings with one of them turned on. Jeez Louise, I can't find any bad guys for letting me. Oh, you? Okay. It doesn't have to be a bad guy. I thought this is how this worked. What the heck? Oh my goodness, we need another thing. Okay, now while that's working, there's one other thing I need to get. I think we're very close to finishing Evil Craft. If I throw down a mob masher and turn it on and die to it, am I gonna drop some flesh? No. Okay, so that plan's not gonna work. Okay, new plan. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Let me try this. Modular router with activator module, and it's gonna use a sword. It needs energy, so it has an energy upgrade. Will this work? Oh, yes, definitely. Wow. Did that drop any flesh, though? Oh, wait, it worked! Oh my gosh, it worked! Yes! Okay, that actually does work. Beautiful. Good to know. Are the blood orbs ready? Who is killing me? Yes, now I can craft this piercing vengeance focus. So now, where'd my other vengeance guy go? Where'd my ring go? Oh, I guess I still have it if it's on. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Vengeance time. Uh-oh. Vengeance time? Okay, yes, this is gonna damage these guys now. Until he dies and drops us Vengeance Spirit. I mean, Vengeance Dust. Oh my goodness, that was too much effort. Okay, we now need to take our Vengeance Essence, and we're gonna make Materialized Vengeance Essence with this. We also, Evil Craft stuff, we need to go to a Dark Temple. Is it underground? Okay, sick. So this was one, but it's not anymore. So I have to find a different one. Okay, I think I found a different one. Maybe? Potentially? Sweet. Right in the middle here, this guy right here is what we need. How do I get you? Okay, well, let me mark this so I can come back to it. Then I think I need one of these weather containers. And then I think I need to wait for it to rain. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get this. The good news is that I do now have Promise of Tenacity 3, which can go in here. And then you can go in here. And then this is going to make Garmombosia once it has enough blood. Actually, I think we don't have to wait for it to rain. Let me see. If I put you here, this is going to give me the sunshine one. Oh, this has to charge again. And then we need the rain one with 2 water buckets. And then with this, we can make the lightning container. Cool. We do also need the lightning grenade out of that. And then we can turn this into a lightning bomb. Cool. This is a future item. We're not ready for this yet, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done. While that last bit of blood is getting collected, we'll finish up Evil Craft. I do also need to do Silent Gear to get the Tyrian Steel. So let's go through this real quick. So somehow I need this, this, and this. And these 2 are easy to get. Azure, Electrum. Oh, that's easy. And Crimson Steel. Crimson Iron. I don't think we have any of that. We have 3. But I'm a genius, and if we put this in an enrichment chamber... I don't even know where I got this stuff. It, like, straight up doesn't exist as an ore. How are you supposed to get it? I honestly have no idea. It, like, doesn't exist. I'm not gonna worry about it, though, because I have it. So with 4 ingots, I can make seeds. I think I might have gotten them as, like, a quest reward or something. It, like, genuinely doesn't tell you how to get it. I'm gonna let that seed run for a while to get us some essence. We do have Garvin Mosia, whatever. But we could combine this with our humanoid flesh to get rejuvenated flesh. And mark that off. We're now just a couple things away from getting the Philosopher's Fuel. We also have to do extreme reactors, which I'm not super excited for, because I have no clue how that works either. With all of our here Crimson Iron ready to be turned into ingots, we can then turn these into some Crimson Steel. We're then going to use this to make a metal alloyer from Silent Gear. And this machine is the only way to get Tyrian Steel. So we're going to start making some of this. We just need a little bit of netherite, crushed shulker shell, and Azure Electrum. If I can say it right. Pretty simple. And some Crimson Steel. So hopefully we just throw these in here and it should craft them right up. And then we'll need a whole block of this for the Philosopher's Fuel. All that's left to do now for this is get into extreme reactors to get an insanite block. I have no idea how to do this, so it looks like we can automate the ingots that come out of this with productive bees, which we'll probably end up doing. Okay, so somehow we need cyanite to turn into plutonium. I think this is what we start with. Ah, there is a questline for it. That helps a lot. We'll need to make some graphite by smelting coal. And we can make seeds for this to automate it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so it looks like here we need to build a reactor. So we're going to start by building the smallest reactor possible. We're going to need both a control rod and a fuel rod. We will need a reactor controller, and we will also need a solid access port and a forge energy power tap. And I'm a liar, because you actually need 2 of these. I have a very bad feeling that this part is going to take forever for no reason. So our reactor controller is going to go in the middle here. We're just building a 3x3 cube. The fuel rod is going to go right in the middle spot. The control rod is going to go on top of that. These 2 solid access ports are going to go on the side, and then the power tap is going to go on the back, and then we can just fill the rest in with casings. And that should complete the basic reactor. We need to set one of these access ports to be the outlet, and then the other one's going to be the input. On the input bus, we're going to put an export bus with a crafting card in it, probably an acceleration card just for fun. And then this is going to export uranium, this fancy stuff right here. And I should have seeds for that already. Yes, we have 41,000. Cool. And then with this connected to our system, hopefully we should start getting some uranium in this. This is also going to need some energy into the back. So in theory, if we turn this on, it's going to start heating up. We're going to start getting some energy. And then hopefully we should start getting some waste. But I honestly have no clue how this works. So, oh, okay. So this actually produces power. So we need to set this to our input. So yeah, now all of the energy that we're making should be going to our system. We shouldn't be wasting any. So it looks like this is currently running. This tiny little machine here is running as fast as it can, and it's slowly working on producing some cyanite. So we kind of need to let this run for a bit in order to get 4 cyanite ingots, and then we can make seeds from those. In the meantime, I believe we can work on getting the next multi-block we need, which is the fluidizer. So this is going to be built in pretty much the same way as the reactor was. And for this, we're going to need a solid injector, a power port, a fluid injector, and an output port. Should I do apotheosis next while we're waiting on that? Once again, I have no clue what I'm doing with this, but we need some vials of searing expulsion. Now, apotheosis is going to be all about enchanting, and we have our default enchanting table here. But next, we're going to work on upgrading our enchanting table with better bookshelves. So here we have the option to either make hell shelves or sea shelves, and I think hell shelves are probably going to be easier for us to get. So let's craft a couple of these hell shelves up, and we're going to need enough of these to get our enchanting level up to level 45, because we're going to be making these infused hell shelves next. So for this, we need 22.5 Eterna and at least 30% Quanta. So if we look in here, our enchanting table, we can see right now we only have 17.5. So we need to get that up to 22. So that means more hell shelves. Actually, I think that means we need to change all of them. Now, one thing that's going to be really helpful for this is getting Silk Touch on an axe. So that way we can break these bookshelves easily and not have to craft them again. Okay, for future me, this does require changing all 15 of them. Next time I can be mentally prepared for that. So now with our Eterna all the way up to 22.5, we can actually, apparently we can use more bookshelves. You are not limited to 15. Okay, so reason we need that is because we need one of the hell shelves to infuse. We're looking for this enchantment right here, infusion. This is going to make an infused hell shelf. And this gives 1.75 Eterna and 1.75% Quanta. So now we need to work towards getting the infused deep shelf. To do this though, we're probably going to need to take a couple of our infused hell shelves and make glowing hell shelves. These have a plus 4% Arcana on them. And for the deep shelf, we're going to need 40% and 40% Quanta. We just kind of need to do some arranging until this has those stats. So I think I got this worked out here to where we have enough to make the deep shelf. I have 10 glowing hell shelves. And then only one of these is infused. I can probably swap these to be infused too, just to give them a little extra boost. Here we go. Here is a dormant deep shelf. And then we're going to toss this into our enchanting table to infuse it to make a normal deep shelf. And then these also have upgrading versions, with one of them having plus 15 Arcana and plus 15 Quanta. We're going to use those to next make the end shelf. We will need some infused Dragon's Breath. And this is going to require 40 Eterna, 15% Quanta, and 60% Arcana. Which sounds like we're going to need some of these echoing deep shelves. And I actually don't have echo shards. Uh-oh. And unfortunately, it seems the only real way to do this, because I am going to need this anyway. I'm going to get the Warden data model for a loot fabricator. We're going to give this a shot. So I'm going to need to get Mr. Warden to spawn here. There he is. Let's make a data model. Need to get this guy in a deep learner real quick. Boom. And then can I kill him? Is the real question. I have to kill 6 of these fools? Oh, I can kill this guy. Easy. Look at that. That's how you win. So, I only now need to do this 5 more times. What's that? Easy. That was so easy. Uh-oh. He's gonna spawn another one. So now with our Warden data model all ready to go, we can get this guy running with our prediction matrices to hopefully start getting some Warden data and those echo shards we need. So I need to let a few of those generate before I can keep making bookshelves. Speaking of things to do with the Warden, we also need the Heart of the Deep for the Wither's Compass, which is a drop from the Warden. We got 6 of those by killing it. We can also get those from the Loot Fabricator. We do need a couple of other things for the Wither's Compass. We need to do some blood magic stuff. Should I do that? Everything else I'm kind of waiting on right now, it seems. So to get started with this, we're going to need a blood altar and a sacrificial knife. And then to make this work, we're going to place our blood altar down and take some damage with the knife. And this is going to put some blood into here. With some blood in there, we're going to take a stone, place it into the altar. This is going to convert this to a blank slate. We are going to need 6 of these in order to move to the next tier. Now, I am kind of curious to see if we can automate this. We are also going to need to take some diamonds. Maybe this won't work then. And throw them into the blood altar as well. This is going to make some blood orbs. Now we can use all of these things together to craft some blank runes. We're going to use this to upgrade our life altar. So this is going to be 8 blocks surrounding the altar on the bottom. This should upgrade it to tier 2. So now we can take a blank slate and upgrade it with our tier 2 altar, which should make a reinforced slate. We'll keep that for the side for a minute. We are also going to need 20 blank slates in order to upgrade this again. So I think I'm going to take this and move it down to our mob farm, just because of the crazy amount of blood that this takes. We are also going to need to make the dagger of sacrifice. We just do this by taking an iron sword. Oh, geez, that's gonna be loud. Okay, there we go. Turns out the blood altar just needed to be able to see these mobs, and then it will start collecting their blood. We can make 4 rune of sacrifices with the tier 2 blood altar. I'm gonna mute these guys. Okay, problem solved. Jeez. This is gonna increase the amount of blood that we get per kill on a mob by 10% per rune. We can only upgrade these 4 sides here with the tier 2 altar, but we can get more as we upgrade. And I just realized the weak blood orb does not get consumed when you make a blank rune, so that's really good to know. So definitely don't make 8 of those. We do need to make the apprentice blood orb to make those runes of sacrifices, which is just a block of redstone in here. I'm actually going to change my mind here. I'm going to make some speed runes first, just because the thing that's holding us back right now is the speed at which these are crafting and not the amount of blood that we have. So we're going to make 4 of these and then put them in the sides here. This is going to increase the crafting speed of this altar by, what was it, 40% with just these 4. We're then going to need 20 more blank runes to upgrade this to the tier 3 altar. This is going to look a little something like this. Our blank runes are going to go on the sides here, a block away, or 2 blocks away and 1 down from the last blank runes. Then in the corners, we need 4 pillars. These can be made out of any blocks, and then they just need glowstone on top. So this should be a tier 3 altar now. So we can take our reinforced slate and put it in the altar. This is going to make an imbued slate. And we have more fun things to do outside of this. Yay! I thought this was going to be nice and simple. We're going to have a good time. It never happens that way. Okay, we're going to need to craft the alchemical reaction chamber. Next, we're going to need to make a whole bunch of these ritual stones. And then we'll need at least 1 master ritual stone. And then I think we also need 1 of these ritual diviners. Ooh, what are these? Oh, fun. Oh, we have to make more things. Okay, hold on. We're going to need 1 of each of the inscription tools. These come in the 4 elements. So we'll need obsidian for earth, and lapis will make us the water one. A gas tier will get us for air, and then a magma cream for the fire one. And hopefully these don't get consumed for the ritual diviner, which it did. Nice. We'll also need a lava crystal, which we're going to put in here. This is going to give us a weak activation crystal, which we're going to use to activate the ritual. With the ritual diviner, we're going to select a ritual here. We're going to pick Edge of the Hidden Realm. Now, if we hold shift over the ritual diviner once we have that selected, we can see it requires 36 runes, which means we're going to need 36 ritual stones. I believe, at least. Let me see if I can try to place this down. Yeah, so we're going to need a lot more of those. Okay, and then I believe once this is all built up, we just use the activation crystal on it. Okay, so apparently we have to connect our activation crystal to our network so that it's our activation crystal specifically, and then we have to have enough blood in our system in order to activate this specific ritual. which this one takes 80,000 life points. So I may need some more capacity runes to get that up. Okay, so apparently our soul network is not just what's in the blood altar. We can also use these blood orbs to store life essence. So if we start collecting some blood, it's going to go into the orb itself. Oh, okay, I just had to claim it as my own, just the same way we did with the activation crystal. And now it's going to start collecting some blood. Okay, for funsies, I'm going to make an alchemy table. Place it down somehow. We're going to use this to make some arcane ashes. We just had to throw our blood orb in there. And then with this, we're going to make a divination signal. And then with this, we're going to make a divination signal. And then I think all we need to do to make this is use our arcane ashes on the ground, put some redstone in there, and then use a blank slate on it. This is going to give us the divination sigil, just like that. And you can see what the recipe is for the alchemy array. Then if we use this, we should be able to see how many life points we have in our system, which is very useful because the blood orb does not really show you how much it has in it. So we're going to use this to get enough life points to activate this ritual because we need 80,000. While I'm waiting on that, let me check on something. We're only missing 1,000 nether stars and then we'll be done. Cool, and then once we have enough life points, we're going to take our activation crystal and use it on the ritual stone. I think it worked. And then we can right click on this pillar here. We're going to be teleported to a new dimension. But in here, we're going to be looking for this tau fruit. I think we need to use the keys to break the seals. Other than that, I don't think there's anything we're particularly looking for. We mostly just need the tau fruit. Ah, tau fruit. Yes, perfect. And actually, that's literally all we needed. Now, I believe that we can grow this normally. We just plant it on normal ground, maybe? On dirt? Okay, it just can't be on fertilized soil, that's why. Now, I'm not sure at what stage we need to do this at, but at some point, we need to add a mob in here for this to start getting some blood from. If we grow this all the way. Oh, it is starting to get hurt. Okay. And then hopefully it collected some blood. Okay, so no, that just gave us normal tau fruit. I know how to solve our problem. Boink. And then grow. 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 Oh, it is saturated. Perfect. Sweet. And then, can I just pick this up? Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. You're dead anyway. Saturated tau. Perfect. Well, only a bit of a complicated process, but that's how we get saturated tau. And we need one more thing before we can even move on. We're going to start by taking some string and using it in our life altar. This is going to give us soul snares. And then I think if we just use this on a mob a couple times, then boink, we should get some demonic will. We'll then need a hellfire forge. In here, we're going to put some glass, lapis, redstone, and gold, and then our demon will. This is going to make us a petty tartaric gem. We get our demon will back too. And then we're going to use this right away and combine it with an iron sword. Again, with our demon will. This is going to make us a sentient this is going to make us a sentient sword, which is going to make collecting these demon wills a whole lot easier, as we won't need these snares anymore. And then we are going to need to make a new petty gem. Then we're going to upgrade this all the way to the common gem. We did have to fill up our petty gem all the way in order for it to combine and make the lesser gem. And I'm sure we'll have to do the same again. Our sentient sword just allows us to collect demon will very easily. I put a whole bunch of enchantments on it with our fancy enchanting table. So then with this one filled up all the way, we should be able to craft the next tier. And then this is the one we should be able to use to craft a sanguine reverter. And then, once this is ready, we may need more will in here. All of this together should get us our sanguine reverter. Now we can finally use our alchemical reaction chamber. We're going to use this in here, and then put our saturated tau in this slot, which is going to make us some weak blood shards. I think we can put unbreaking on this so it doesn't use as much durability. I'm going to try that. I don't know if that works, but we'll see. We're going to use these weak blood shards to make large bloodstone bricks. And now we should finally be able to get to tier 4 for our altar. This is going to take 28 more blank runes, so we're going to get these crafting on up. Then with all of these ready, we're going to go down another layer from our existing runes, and then there's going to be 7 runes on each new side. And then that should look something like this. Aside from all this deep slate, that's just for decoration. Except in the corners here, we're going to build up some pillars. These are going to be 4 tall, so 1 block higher than the previous ones. And then on top of each of these pillars, we're going to put our new bloodstone bricks. And that should complete tier 4 of the altar. We can use our divination sigil on this altar to see what tier it is. And we can see that it's tier 4 now. Now, with tier 4, we're going to need a demonic slate, which is just 1 up from the previous tier. Now, we just have 1 more little piece of progression before we can finish this, and we need to make the tier 5 altar. This is going to require 4 Hellforge blocks, which we're going to have to travel to the Demon Realm for, and this requires another ritual. So with the coal block, we can make the last element we need, which is the Dusk Inscription tool. And then we'll actually need 2 of these Dusk Inscription tools along with 2 demonic slates. This is going to upgrade our Ritual Diviner to a Dusk Ritual Diviner. We're going to use this to make the pathway, wherever it is, pathway to the Endless Realm ritual. I literally have nowhere else to do this but up here. So we need 69 runes for this, and then of course another master rune. So let me get working on these. We need like the same amount of reinforced slates, so I guess we need 72. So let me get working on this. This is gonna take forever to make all of these slates. Some good news though is that we should now have 4 cyanite ingots. We're going to use these and make some seeds out of them. Hopefully. Where'd the seed go? It takes 4 cyanite blocks. Oh god, that's going to take forever. I'm going to have to figure out how to upgrade this. In other fun news, we do have echo shards now, so I should be able to figure out this deep shelf business. So we can use these echoing deep shelves to get a plus 15% boost on Arcana without getting any Quanta, because we need to get that down quite a bit. Because for the Infused Dragon's Breath, we need 15% Quanta, but no more than 25, and at least 60 Arcana. So I'll probably need maybe 1 or 2 more of these. I think I finally have enough Ritual Stones, too, for this guy over here. Let me try making this. Then for this one, super fun, we need a solid 150,000 LP. So I need to charge up my Master Orb again. So yeah, we'll just do this until we have 150,000 ready to go. And somehow, I need to get some Skulk. I remember I saw the Deep Dark somewhere down in this hole. Do you just mine this stuff with a hoe? Or do you need a Silk Touch? Silk Touch. Perfect. That should honestly be way more than enough. I just only have 1 of these Echoing Skulk shells, and then the rest are Echoing Deep shells. And that seems to give us enough, I think. So I do need some Dragon's Breath that I have to go collect. Mr. Dragon guy is gonna have to come back to life too. There we go. Just gonna wait for him to send his little fireball. We're just gonna collect it all up. Boink, 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 boink. Oh no, I used the wrong thing. Okay, well 6 should be plenty anyway. So now with our Dragon's Breath, we can enchant this with the infusion to get infused Dragon's Breath. This is going to allow us to start making end shells. And then we can also turn this into a Draconic end shell, which only gives plus 10 Eterna and none of the Quanta or Arcana. And that is all of the bookshelves, at least all of the tiers that we need. Now, we need these teleportation cores. Then we're going to infuse each one of them with a different enchantment. We need 1 for the Nether, 1 for Ender, and 1 for Draconic, so that we can make the miniature Nether portal, exit portal, and end portal. So we'll need 3 of these teleportation cores in total. And then this is going to be kind of a weird setup to figure out, because all of these require a different enchanting setup. For the Nether infused core, we need at least 40 Eterna, 15, but no more than 25 quanta, and then at least 60 arcana. And actually, that should be good here. So I think we can grab the one for the nether right away. Cool. And then with just a few more quanta, we can grab the draconic one. Think this works to get... No? Ah, okay, because we need 50 arcana for that. Let me get rid of these and put down our draconic end shell. That should get us up there. To get the draconic one, then we have to make our setup all sorts of whack to get our arcana and quanta down for the ender infused one, which I think means we just need some draconic end shells. Now, because the enchanting table itself starts off with 15% quanta, we need something to remove some of that. So that should bring that down. So I need something that adds like the tiniest bit of quanta. Okay, I think that's good. And then I need a whole bunch of arcana. I think that's good. If we try this, are we going to get the ender infused teleportation core? Phew! And we're done with that. We just need to take our teleportation cores now and make the miniature in portal, miniature exit portal, and the nether portal. These are actually really easy to craft besides the teleportation cores. And with all of these crafted up, I believe we can get the dimensional seed. Yes! Oh man. We're almost there. I should also now have enough nether stars. So let's start crafting those. That's probably going to take a hot minute. Yeah, because we need to craft 10,000 nether blocks. Leave that running for a minute. Perfect. 150 life points to finish our ritual. We can use our activation crystal on this. So we can head in here now. And we have another dungeon again. So in here, we're looking for a very specific ore, actually. This stuff right here, demonite. Oh, and I got so many. Okay, shout out Fortune 5. And we have auto smelt on it, so it's already smelted all of those. And that should actually be plenty to get us 4 Hellforged blocks. So I think we can get out of here. So with 4 blocks of this, we'll be ready to upgrade our blood altar one more time to tier 5. I think we just need some more blank runes. Okay, I made a mess because my pickaxe is too fast now, but we need to do this one more time. One more layer down. And I was very wrong, because you actually need to do this 2 blocks out instead of 1 this time. Which should look a little something like this, and then once more, we're gonna exit. We're not gonna make pillars this time. We're gonna put Hellforged blocks in the corners. And then, hopefully, we have a tier 5 altar. It's tier 4 for some reason. Hold on. Oh, okay, it did work. Anywho, with a tier 5 altar, we can now make an ethereal slate, which is the next tier up, which we'll need for the reinforced speed rune. And then I think we missed some loot from the demon realm. We need intricate Hellforged parts. I think I can use this key for the big room. I actually had to go back and make more keys, which was really annoying. You can craft these keys in the Hellfire Forge. Back in this room, there's a special seal. Unlock with the Foreman's key. Then hopefully, we can find some... Oh, hello? I still have yet to find any Hellforged parts, and we kind of need some of those. Ah, there we go. Miner's key, okay. The good news is that with at least 3 Hellforged parts, we'll be able to farm these infinitely using bees. We should be good to get on out of here. We do need a regenerative bee, which comes from the blood altar, and we need a hematophagus bee, which is again a nomad bee. Okay, maybe we come back to that in a bit. For now, though, I need to talk about upgrading this bad boy, because this is way too slow. I only have 6. I need 4 blocks. So, we need to make our reactor a little bigger here. We are going to upgrade this bad boy to a 5x5 reactor, which is the maximum size we can get with just the basic casings. For the control rods, we're going to use 4 here in a little diamond pattern. This is apparently the most optimal way to get the most fuel in here that we need. This does mean that we're going to need 12 fuel rods coming down on all of these. And then we can use reactor glass to fill in all of the faces so we can see inside. So hopefully here we have a better reactor working, but this is producing our cyanite so much faster, which is going to get us good boost. I am going to get in here and place some netherite blocks in between each fuel rod. Apparently this helps out with how much it produces. We're going to find out. That's not going to make it blow up, right? I think it's good. I think it is actually producing faster. Sweet. So yeah, we just need to let this run for a while longer since it's faster now until we're able to get enough cyanite. Oh, there are so many things to do. Occultism. This shouldn't be too hard to go through. We need the Dictionary of Spirits, which is the mod book for occultism. Growing Demon's Dream Seeds is going to get us Demon Fruit, which we're just going to start farming. We really shouldn't even need more than that. We then need to take our Demon's Dream Fruit and set it on fire. This is going to create Spirit Fire. We're going to throw a sapling in here to get a spirit version of that. And then we're going to throw some diamonds in there to get Spirit Attuned Gems, and then Andesite to get other stone. Now we'll need to start setting up a ritual. For this, we're going to need some of these sacrificial bowls. One of them is going to need to be a golden sacrificial bowl. Using our Spirit Attuned Gems, we need a couple of crystals. We need to throw some black dye into Spirit Fire. We also need to throw a book in to get a taboo book, and also a feather. All of this together is going to get us the foliate binding book. I think we're very close. We need a chalk brush, and then we need to make impure white chalk, which is made from burnt otherstone and otherworld ashes, which is a little weird. We need to take our oak sapling that's been spiritified. We're going to grow this here. And this may look like a normal oak sapling, but if we eat a demon fruit, I think... Was that right? Oh, there we go. This is going to turn into a fun, different log. Because we can see into the spirit dimension or something. Yes, we need otherworld wood. And then we're going to burn all of this to get otherworld ashes to make our chalk. Chalk goes in the fire to make normal chalk. You also go in the fire. Okay, I believe we are now ready for our first ritual. To see how to build the ritual, we're going to go to, in the book here, we need to look at the summoning rituals, and we're looking at summoning the Foliate Crusher. The base ritual for this is AVR Circle, which we can right-click and show a multi-block preview of this. Right-click it where we want to build it, and then just place all of the items where they need to go. All that's left to do is to combine our Book of Binding with the Dictionary of Spirits to actually bind it. Now we should be able to perform our ritual. This is going to take raw iron, raw gold, raw copper, and raw silver, and our bound foliate book. And this is going to take a minute. It's slowly going to consume all of the items here. And we get a little guy. Hi, little guy. Now, this guy isn't going to be alive for very long, so we're going to give him some endstone and obsidian to crush. And he's going to work very slow. Okay, we only need him to crush endstone. This is going to get us some crushed endstone, which we're going to use to make impure purple chalk. And then we'll also now need the impure golden chalk. And I'm having a hard time talking. We're going to give these guys the fire treatment. And we're actually almost already done with occultism. We just need to do one more ritual. We again need to make another binding book. This time we're going to make the Jenny book. Bind it to our Dictionary of Spirits. And then we can actually get rid of this ritual. I don't think we'll need it again. We can erase any chalk that's on the ground with the chalk brush. Then again, we're going to use our book to visualize the next ritual, which is the Strigger's Higher Binding. I'm going to place this down and just build this here. And it doesn't really show you where to put the sacrificial bowls, but they can really just go anywhere that the chalk isn't. And then once this is all built up, should be ready to complete our ritual, which is going to be making the empty soul gem. We're just going to take all of the items we need, place them into the bowls, and throw our book in the middle. And it should start right away. We can see it's binding into a soul gem, which is perfect. And we shouldn't have to do anything else with this. How's Cyanite doing? Ooh, we got 9 now. Oh, that's so much better. And with that, that completes occultism. So there's that. I am missing the Gaia Spirit to finish Master of Dragons. And so many other things. I'm gonna come back to that. Suppose I can finish out Master of the Undead, since I have speed runes now. I do have to do an Industrial Foregoing. Let me do this first. Abyssal Sacrifice. This shouldn't be too hard. We need 2 of these for the Wither's Compass. So we actually get to do something really fun for this and go exploring. We need to go looking for a sunken city. I think this is the one. Oh, a solid 4,000 blocks away. Nice. See ya in a minute. Ooh, I think this is it. Hello, sir. I just need to kill you. Oh, you didn't give me anything. So apparently, I'm a ding-dong. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I brought a couple more keys so I could explore this, because I need... Unless there's some that I didn't break. Because for some reason, I broke all of the spawners. Sick. Aha! So, if we break a spawner with a Silk Touch pickaxe, we're gonna get that spawner. And we actually probably need to. So we can head back to our home now. Now, with our Silk Touch spawners, we need to head back to our Sunken Temple, where we can find our Colossus guys. We're gonna mob swab him, preferably without him. Boink. We just make one of these mob swabs, and then we'll right-click on him to collect some DNA. So we need that, and then we need another one. We need this Atame drop, which drops from Deepling Priests or Deepling Warlocks. So we need to go find one of these guys. Okay, so this is the guy we need to swab, the Deepling Priest. We can kill him now. Anyway, we're going to take our mob swabs back now. We're going to take our Silk Touch spawners, put some redstone comparators on them so that they turn off. Basically, Apotheosis adds modifiers to these spawners, so adding a comparator gives it the ability to use a redstone signal to turn it on and off. So technically, with a lever, we could turn this on. What are you? So we actually need to take our mob swabs and turn them into GM chicken feed. Then we need to go find some chickens. Actually, I know where some chickens are. For some reason, this mob farm likes to spawn chickens like crazy. Anyway, we give this to this guy. Using that on a chicken is going to get us the spawn egg for the mob that we need. Now, there was only one chicken there, so I have to go out, find another chicken. Happy birthday, Taco! This is going to get us our spawn eggs for these guys, which we can use on the spawners. And then we can turn them on. And hopefully, start farming. Oh, we need to get that spawn delay down. Good lord. Probably do need to give these guys a couple soul lanterns. Just so they ignore the light level. Boink, boink. Ah, there we go. Now, I still have no idea why I'm not getting any drops from these guys at all. Okay, I just killed one with a normal sword, and it got me a drop. There are some cool upgrades you can give your mob spawners to upgrade them. For example, we can give this Piglitch hearts to increase the spawn count all the way up to 8. This means it has a chance of spawning 8 mobs at the same time. Oh gosh. Yeah, that definitely worked. And by the way, this is the only way to farm these guys. They don't have a deep mob warning set up or anything, unfortunately. The good news is that with 8 of these crystallized coral fragments, we can make 2 crystallized coral, and that will be enough to get us the 2 abyssal sacrifices that we need, along with 2 atames, and we should be good. Next, we're going to need some Heart of the Seas, and I'm hoping we can get away with just making some Prismarine Essence, Squid Essence, and Fish Essence. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this, because there's no way I'm going to kill Elder Guardians. So I do need Prismarine Essence, Squid Essence, and Fish Essence, so I need to get seeds for those. So I will be right back once I get all of these. Oh, that's what it is. It's a stupid knowledge of the ages. That's why nothing was dropping anything. Yeah, apparently that enchantment just changes all of the mob drops into experience, which is lovely. and exactly what I needed when I was trying to kill mobs. Awesome. Second pro tip, don't put fire aspect if you're trying to kill fish. It just doesn't work. It gives you cooked fish instead. I don't need those. Okay, with all of our new seeds going now, we should be able to craft Nautilus shells. Once that starts going, of course. Which we do need 2 of those, and then 2 abyssal sacrifices. Just need a couple more Nautilus shells. Alright, 2 abyssal sacrifices to finish that out. Oh my, we are so close. This right here is pretty much a definitive list of everything I am missing in order to complete all the mod star. Which honestly looks pretty manageable. I think we can do this. I am still waiting on some cyanite to process, so we're going to come back to that in a little bit. I did forget that I need to finish Botania, so we're going to work on that next. Okay, I honestly have no clue why this wasn't working before, but it is putting all of its mana into the mana pool now properly, I think. I don't know, it looks like it's not. This is still full. And this isn't going up at all. Okay, I think it is going up. I added a whole bunch of more endoflames so that this works faster, and then we get lots of mana. While that's working, I do need to go back and do one more occultism thing. We need the stable wormhole, which is going to be a different ritual than the one we have set up. And we can, again, just place this down so that we can visualize it and draw it out. This is also going to require the same foliate book of binding. And just like that, I think that's perfect. We can go ahead and make this. That's one thing down off the list. Who's next? I guess I can try to get the Void Forge. I am a little nervous to fight this guy. For this guy, we need to head to the Nether. Somewhere. We are looking for maybe the Burning Arena. Let's see. I think this is right. Ah, this is it. And we need to fight this guy. I don't even know if I can beat this guy. Oh my god, he got so much health. So I am gonna find out if we can farm this guy with a spawner. Okay, I actually have no idea how to fight that guy, so I'm gonna have to come back to it. We do have lots of mana down, though, so I should be able to make some terrasteel. If I put all of these on our terrestrial agglomeration plate, this should be able to craft right on up. And ta-da, that gets us a terrasteel ingot. We're going to use our new terrasteel to make a couple of these Natura pylons, and also the Elven Gateway Core. This is going to allow us to build a portal to the Elven Dimension, but not one that we're actually going to end up traveling to. We're going to build a nice little 3x3 square here using living wood. These glimmering living wood are going to go in the center, and the Elven Gateway Core is going to go in the bottom center. Our pylons are going to go in front here, in front of 2 separate mana pools. Then we just need to get some mana into these pools. We can also use a mana tablet to pick up some mana from our mana pool and put it into the mana pools over here. This doesn't require a whole lot of mana, at least to get the portal open, but it is going to use a little bit of this mana every time we trade an item, so we'll need to keep these nice and stocked. Hopefully this is good for a minute. Then I believe we just right click on the Elven Gateway Core with our wand, and it should open right up. Hopefully, unless we need more mana. So I'm an idiot once again for not realizing that would probably just be better and easier to just mob swab a lich. Then we can farm it from a spawner. So yeah, we could take our lich swab and start farming it with a spawner. Now I just need to find another Snoo Queen. Yoink, yoink, yoink. There we go. We aren't going to need these guys today, but we are going to need more of these boss trophies if we end up making more stars. Back to Botania, I believe both of these mana pools need to be at least halfway full in order for us to be able to open the portal. Cool, and then once this is open, we're going to take some mana steel and toss it into the portal, which is going to give us elementium, and then we'll do the same for mana pearls, and this is going to give us pixie dust. Oh, looks like we also need Alph Steel. I've never done this before. So to get Alph Steel, we need the mana infuser, which is similar to the terrestrial agglomeration plate. We're going to take some living wood and throw it into the portal to get Dreamwood. This combined with some glowstone is going to get us glimmering dreamwood. Ugh, man, this is a pain. Okay, Rune of Winter. It doesn't consume the runes? Oh, that's huge. Happy summer. Happy spring. Happy Pride. And happy Asgard. We're also going to need some Shimmer Rock, which is made from Living Rock and Bifrost blocks. And then the same way we built the Terrestrial Agglomeration Plate, just now with Shimmer Rock and Gold. And our plate is going to go in the middle. And I'm going to move our Spark over here. Now I'm just kind of waiting on some more mana to build up. To make Alpha Steel, it requires 1.5 mana pools. So, gotta wait a little bit for that. Once we have at least 1.5 pools of mana, we can take our Dragonstone, Pixie Dust, and Elementium, put it all into our mana infuser, and I think it should. Well, I thought it would. Okay, so it turns out we need a Dominant Spark Augment to put on here, onto this Spark, so that it's able to pull from both of the sparks above our mana pools. And now this should be working, I hope. This may also need to be closer to our mana pools. I'm not sure. Ah, okay, there we go. Cool, and it's taking mana from both of our mana pools. And hopefully we have enough to get us a piece of Alpha Steel. I do need to wait yet again because I need a piece of Terra Steel, and we need a full mana pool for that, so I'll come back in a minute. I was able to finally get all of the rune stuff we need to make 4 reinforced speed runes, so we can mark that off of our list. Now, I did some research, and apparently we can kill the netherite monstrosity with the mob crusher from Industrial Foregoing, and we do need the wither builder from this mod in order to make all the mod stars, so I may as well just go ahead and make this anyway, since we have to get into this mod. So we're going to start with this mod by making a pity machine frame. Then we're going to use that to make our first machine, which is going to be the fluid extractor. I do need some more room to work with here. Let me just build like another floor above this. Give me 1 sec. Okay, well obviously it's not anything perfect, but we now have a platform to build on. So I think this needs to have a tree in front of it for it to work. We're actually going to use an acacia tree because that's the one that gives you the most resin, or latex. That's the one we need. This acacia tree gives you 4 millibuckets of latex per work, while the other ones only give you 2. This machine does not need to be powered, but it will work about 3 times faster when it is. So yeah, now you can see we're getting 12 millibuckets of latex per tick. We're then going to make a latex processing unit, and we should be able to pipe the latex out of our fluid extractor into the latex processing unit. And this machine does need some water in it too for it to work, and it should start making some dry rubber. And it actually probably wouldn't hurt to add a couple more of these fluid extractors just to be safe, so that we can get plenty of latex. All we need to do now is take our dry rubber and smelt it up. This is going to give us plastic, and then we'll use our dry rubber to make a mob slaughter factory. Now we'll need a way to start farming a passive mob. This can be anything. I think we're going to just grab probably a cow or something that works. And I don't know why I've been slacking. I need to make a chicken farm too, because I've been using so many chicken eggs. And I keep having to come out and look for all these chickens. This way, I can just have chickens whenever I want. So we just need to set up a little pen for these guys to spawn in. Okay, and then hopefully once some cows start spawning, they'll get pushed. Why are you not getting pushed? That's not right. Make sure I put a slab on top of here so they can't spawn on there. And I just replace those fans with vector plates, since they seem to kind of contradict each other if they're pushing the same way, so these work better. But yeah, we're getting some pink slime in here. We're also getting liquid meat. I don't think we need this though, so I can just void that in a trash can. So I am gonna have 2 pipes coming out of here. One of these is going to be for liquid meat, and then this should go into a trash can, and then only that should go in there. Cool. And then pink slime is gonna come out on the other side, where it's gonna go into a dissolution chamber. Before we can use this though, we need another dissolution chamber to have some latex in it, where it's going to be making some simple machine frames. So let's craft up a couple of these. And then in the dissolution chamber with pink slime, we're going to take our simple machine frame, and turn it into an advanced one. This first advanced machine frame we're going to use to make the mob crusher. Now I'm hoping that this will be a better option at killing these netherite monstrosities, because the mob crushing whatever, the mob masher, yeah, that guy was not working at all. Oh, okay, it just needed some power. Yay! Oh, it works. Beautiful. We now have our Infernal Forge. That was super easy. I didn't have to slay that boss guy. He's like 150,000 health. There's no way I'm killing that easily. Next, we're going to need to go to the Ancient Factory, which seems like it's right around here. Here we go. Oh, but I can't break in. That's not good. How am I supposed to get in? Okay, I think I found the entrance. I had to like mine all the way around this to find where to get in. Why is it always a spider nest? It's always the spider nest. Okay, let's just get rid of these guys. Why is it all spider nest? Well, anyway, we need to get back here and fight this guy, actually. Hey! And even he has 7,000 health. I don't think I can fight that guy either. Especially not with all these spiders. I can't do this. I gotta get out of here. Once again, just gonna make a chicken egg out of this. Oh, out of this guy. And... oh, I don't mean to turn that one on. Oh, God. There we go. Now I know this probably seems a little cheese, but, you know, it's whatever. If it's in the game, I'm not gonna worry about it. If it's a feature in the game, why don't you spawn? Why don't you start working? That would be because he requires another star to start. Oh god. Oh, okay, I didn't think about the fact that he could fly. That's not great. Okay, so I'm screwed. Okay, so I made... I encased this whole thing in tinted glass, so hopefully this guy shouldn't be able to blow everything up now. I hope that's the case. I know this protects from withers. I'm not sure about this guy. Range add-on for our mob crusher. So now it should show... yeah, this is the whole area that it can work in. Oh, why did it spawn two? Oh, well, it worked anyway. Perfect. So we don't even have to activate them for it to work. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Well, that's all we needed. I didn't even have to do all that. Cool. These witherite blocks we can turn into witherite ingots. And then into an anvil. We're going to need the mechanical fusion anvil. There is one more boss we need to beat up, and that is in the end. We need to go find the ruined citadel. Oh, here we go. This is the guy we need to beat up. Oh, he actually doesn't even have that much health. Okay, well, he's still beating me up anyway. Jeez. Oh, God. Honestly, I may be able to just, like, beat up this guy normally. Oh, this guy's done for. Not even a chance. There you go. Now you can't say I didn't beat up any bosses. All that's left to do now is take this mechanical fusion anvil and combine our infernal forge with the void core to get the void forge, and we're done. And I think that we're done. Wither's compass? Oh, we need the wither builder. That's right. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Okay, gonna come back to that in a minute. Let's finish our Botania stuff. I'm silly. 1 terra steel only got us enough for 3 pylons. Okay, so I need 1 more. I actually think I need 2 more terra steel. So, need to let that charge up again. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, so, moving on into industrial foregoing again. I believe we need one of these stasis chambers. And then I'm gonna make a little room out of tinted glass. Cool. The stasis chamber is going to take any mob above it and give it slowness so that it can't move. Like complete slowness. And then we're going to build a wither on top of this. Our fluid laser base needs to go 3 blocks above the stasis chamber, or there should be a 3-block gap, I mean. And then these laser drills need to go on all 4 sides, at least 1 block apart. These are kind of weird to place. They place away from you, so you need to, like, get them to face the laser base. Then all of these up here do need power too, so let's make sure that they have that. Now we should be safe to build our wither. We do also need a purple laser lens, which is made in the latex dissolution chamber. Now, with this in here, it should be able to make some ether gas, which it does. Beautiful. We can make some speed add-ons in order to get our ether gas to produce faster. I thought. Maybe I was wrong. Then, with our ether gas producing, we're going to take one more dissolution chamber. We're then going to take our advanced machine frame and turn this into the supreme machine frame. And this should be the last step we need to make the wither builder. And that actually completes the wither's compass. Booyah. Oh, that's nice. This gives you the wither effect. That's awesome. Get that out of my inventory. Thank you. Okay, I finally have enough Terra steel to make all of the Alpha steel pylons, and then we can turn these into Gaia pylons. To set up this last part we need for Botania, we're going to need a beacon, and then I can't see the chapter on the Gaia ritual for some reason, but I think this is how you set it up. Just 3 blocks away, or 4 blocks away, you set up the Gaia pylons, just like this. And then, if we right-click our beacon with a Terra steel ingot... Oh, okay, I was wrong. It is only 3 blocks away. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is that it does show you where to put them. In case you're dumb like me. Let's try this now. Do they need to be like a block higher or something? Ah, okay. Well, I have to move it anyway because it doesn't have enough room. Awesome. Well, that's okay. You live and you learn. Try again. Oh, what am I? Oh, my goodness. Jeez Louise. Finally. Are we good? Please? Hello? There we go. Good lord. Fortunately, this guy does not have 7,000 health, and we should just be able to get rid of him pretty easily. Oh, I did not think about getting food. Uh-oh. Are we gonna be okay? I think we're okay. And, well, done. We got 8 Gaia spirits out of that. That is enough to make our dragon soul and mark off another item on all the mod star, which means we're only missing 2 more. I'm gonna try to finish up extreme reactors before I jump into the last item we need, which we do have enough cyanite now. So I believe the way that this works is if we take a radioactive bee, give it a cyanite block, that'll turn it into a cyanite bee. And then I'm gonna start using these feeding slabs here. So this guy should link to this beehive here. And then we'll make 2 of these cyanite bees. Make sure they go to the right beehive. So then we also need a radioactive bee. And then hopefully he goes into this hive, and we'll give him a feeding slab. And then I do need to breed these guys up some. To move on with our extreme reactor business, we are gonna need the reprocessor. Okay, so I am now waiting on a whole bunch of cyanite to craft, or for the seeds to process. So we need a whole bunch of these reprocessor casings in order to build that multi-block. So let me come back to this. Now, the last big thing that we're gonna have to do is pneumaticraft, which I actually haven't messed around with too much before either. To get started with this, we're gonna need to explode some iron. Hopefully that reaches. Don't slide away too far. There we go. And we can make seeds out of this compressed iron, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're then going to take our compressed iron and make some pressure tubes, some reinforced stone, which we can turn into reinforced bricks, and an air compressor. From all of those, we are also going to make a security upgrade. And in our air compressor, we're going to use our security upgrade, which I think goes in here. Yes. We're then going to need to build a pressure chamber. To make the pressure chamber, we're going to build a 5x5 cube out of these pressure chamber walls. We can use pressure chamber glass on the faces to see inside, or you can just use the walls as normal. We're going to need a pressure chamber valve on one of the faces. In here, we're going to put a security upgrade, and then we'll need 2 pressure chamber interfaces. One is going to be the input, and one is going to be the output. I think we need a wrench to turn these around. There we go. I think the easiest way we're going to do this pneumatic craft stuff is to give a villager the pressure mechanic expertise. We'll do this with a charging station. And then we just need to give this guy some trades to get him up in the levels. And that is not what I wanted. That's all good. Let me just try this again. Ooh, okay, perfect. We need these finished PCBs, which we can then craft into micro missiles. And we're done. Okay, cool. To get some pressure into this pressure chamber, we need to connect it up with these pressure tubes. Which I think come out the back of the air compressor. Yes, and then we need some kind of fuel source in here for this to start working. Our pressure should be going into the pressure chamber. We could see how full it is at the top there. We can see we have 0.01 out of 5 bar. In order to craft the pulsating black hole, we need this to be at 4.9. Now, I think we need to get our items in here before that reaches it. Okay, let's do that. Or do I just turn it off? Let's turn it off. Okay. Anyway, okay, I'm just turning it off so it doesn't get too crazy. So I can get all the items we need. What all am I missing? I'm missing the fire upgrade orb, which shouldn't be too difficult to get, I think. So I'm pretty sure for this, we need to head to the Nether. And then I think at one of these ancient battlegrounds, we're gonna find... Oh, not this guy. Ah, this guy. Armor pile. Which is gonna spawn an ancient knight. Oh, I didn't mean to kill him. Oh gosh. Well, what I actually meant to do is break one of these and mob swab it. Wait, I got that. Citadel Keeper. That's not what I wanted. Is it? That might be what I needed. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, these guys drop Cinder Essence, which we need. So I'm going to go back and make a spawner for those. I do also need to find Pyromancers, but I'm not entirely sure where these guys spawn. Okay, I think after my research, they spawn here. 4,000 blocks away. Solid. See you in a minute. Hopefully these guys spawn here, because I did not come all the way out here for nothing. Aha, Pyromancer. Yoink. These guys drop fire runes, which we're gonna need for the fire upgrade orb, so we can go back with our mobs, swab, and farm these guys. Happy birthday, Taco! Okay, spawn eggs for these guys, Pyromancer, Ancient Knight, and I just spawned him instead. Awesome. Happy birthday, Taco! Oh, okay, so apparently you can't spawn these guys. Fun. Well then, I'm not sure how to farm the Ancient Knight then, but we can at least get enough for the 1 fire upgrade orb we need. I'm also not sure where to get Arcane Salvage. Ah, that stuff right here. For some reason this has to be made in a blast furnace. Then we can use those to make the upgrade orb. And with a couple more fire runes. Jeez. There we go. With enough fire runes, we can craft fire upgrade orb. Boom, done. We only need 2 more things for the pulsating black hole. The Dragon Steel RF coil from Thermal. And this is going to be a weird process in itself. Okay, fine. So I think if I just make patterns for all of these, I don't know where niter comes from. Saltpeter, which we have plenty of niter, which we're definitely going to want to go ahead and make seeds for. Somehow need soul infused dust. Alright, where does this come from? There is a bee for this. That sounds too complicated though. I don't want to do all that today. Okay, I think I have enough soul infused dust. It's only 16. Wait, that is enough. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's just smelt this up, make some gears, and get that over with. The next tier is Enderium. Not too difficult to craft. I mean, most of these are just made with by pulverizing some dust and combining them together, except for this one, which is going to take shulker shells, and I don't have those yet. May as well just go ahead and do this. There you are. Blink. Okay, with our data model, we should be getting some shulker shells now. Okay, there's all of the shellite we need to make the shellite RF coil. And I know I'm not keen on automating this right now, just because I'm so close to being done. And then hopefully next time when we try to go for more stars, I will get back into trying to automate this. But for now, this will do. Okay, and the last tier is going to be Dragon Steel. That one's not that bad, just requires a lot of Dragon's Breath. But that should take care of that. And for now, at least, we are done with the Dragon Steel RF coil. Put that away. And we're only missing one more item before we can make the pulsating black hole. And that is Mjolnir. We need to perform a big rune ritual for this. It's a Botania business. But before I do that, let me go ahead and get back into Extreme Reactors. I need to build up the reprocessor. I'm just gonna squeeze it in here kind of awkwardly. This is gonna be a 3x3 by 7 tall hollow structure. Our controller is gonna go in the front. Then we can put our power, our waste injector. The output port can go somewhere on the side. The collector can also go somewhere, and the fluid injector, let's put that like up at the top, I guess. And then we should just be able to fill in the rest with casings. And then if we're good, it's too small. How is it too small? Oh, it needs to be hollow, that's right. So our fluid has to go somewhere different. Still too small. I don't know how it's too small. The waste injector also has to go at the top. Are we good now? Oh, yes. Okay. So the waste injector has to go at the top, and then the collector has to go at the bottom, and then it'll work. We can get some power going into this machine. We're also going to need to pipe in some water, and then we'll put some cyanite in the top. And then if we turn this on, it should start processing this into plutonium. That is way faster than I thought it was going to be, which is awesome. And I did not realize that this was 2-to-1. That's okay. Once we have enough cyanite genes to make a honey treat with that, we're going to put this in the incubator so that we can get a cyanite bee spawn egg. And then where our radioactive bee is, we're going to put the spawn egg on this feeding slab. And that should hopefully allow this radioactive bee to convert it into the plutonium spawn egg. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. So in case you're dumb like me, you have to put the feeding slab at a like full block level below the beehive in order for it to work. So don't listen to anything I ever say. There we go. Now we're getting some cyanite. Aha, there we go. Cool. I don't think this works with the simulator upgrade. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep it in there, and then I'm gonna need more of these bees. So we're gonna keep making those cyanite bee eggs and then turning them into plutonium. But for now, this guy is gonna go in here. So now we do have infinite plutonium getting processed. I already have all of this stuff linked up too, so we shouldn't have any issues there. Well, anyway, the next complicated step is going to be making radiculite and ludicrite. In our fluidizer, we're going to put our cyanite ingots. This is going to turn this into... Well, I thought it would. Ah, okay. So we actually only need one solid injector. Now we actually need to get all of the water out of our reprocessor. Ah, void fluids. There we go. Then we just pipe all of the cyanite we got into this, along with some plutonium at the top. And this should start processing into ludicrite. 9 should be enough to make a B, because I believe we just need... Oh, this needs an N crystal. Okay, interesting. Well, anyway, this should be all we need to make a B, just because that's all it's going to need to get the flower from. To make the ludicrite B, we're going to give the plutonium egg to the cyanite feeding slab. So I believe if we stop using uranium in here, and if we start using plutonium, I think in theory. Yeah, so if we use plutonium in this, it's gonna produce... Oh, do I need a liquid? Okay, it looks like it just may need to process, and then it'll produce us some magnetite, or magentite. Yeah, that's what it's called. So I need to wait for 9 pieces of those. Yay! We do now have our ludicrite bees, so these guys should start producing. Okay, so I think I just need to let this run for a while to get 9 magentite ingots, so I'll come back in a little bit and see. Alright, I'm back. I've done all the boring rune crafting to get Mjolnir. It's basically just, it's all the same stuff. It's nothing really crazy. And then the last thing that we need, actually, let me go ahead and place all of these down first. So our central rune holder is going to go in the middle, and then we're going to place all of our runes around this, which we can kind of see the pattern for here. And this isn't exactly, it's not really too obvious on where to put these, but it does tell you the relative position. So 5-0 just means 5 blocks away from the central rune holder. So I believe it should look something like this. And then, of course, all of our runes are going to go on their holders. And the good news is that these runes do not get consumed when we make Mjolnir, so we'll be able to reuse these if we want to make more. Point all of our mana spreaders to it, and it's going to start filling up with mana. We're going to toss a Horn of the Wild into a mana pool to turn it into this, and then put it onto the branch, and that's going to start filling it up with some water. And then once this is full, we should be able to drink it, and we can get rid of this now. So yeah, drinking this is going to unlock the Knowledge of Mimir. And now all we need to do is fight the Gaia Guardian 2.0, which we do by using a Gaia Spirit Ingot instead of Terra Steel on the thing here. Once we beat this guy up, oh gosh, it is dangerous. Where is he? There we go. Jeez. Oh, that only got us 2. Awesome. Oh, we did get a whole bunch of other loot, though. That's awesome. The reason we needed to drink that well of Mimir is because we don't get these tablets otherwise by killing Gaia 2.0. So you want to make sure you do that, and then we can put this in the middle. And then in the recipe, there's all these other small little items, not too difficult to craft. And then in the recipe, these 5 items right here, super easy to grab. We can just toss those right on top. And then with a full mana tablet in our hand, make sure we're on function mode, then we just right click, and it should craft us up Mjolnir. Beautiful. Now we can't actually pick this up unless we have the absorption effect, but you just get that from Golden Apple. That's the way I know how to get it. Gives us 2 minutes. Okay, how do we pick this up? Right click. Okay, cool. So that's the last piece we need for the black hole. So let me go ahead and grab all of the items we need here. All of these items are going to go into our pressure chamber. Oh, I lost absorption. Okay, we'll get that in a minute. Okay, the only way to get items into the pressure chamber is with a hopper. So let's keep these in here. And we can also start getting our air back up. Cool. And then all we need to do now is wait for a bit until our pressure gets back up to the right amount. Yeah, and then once this gets up to the right pressure, it should craft our black hole. Oh, buddy. Finally have enough magentite to make a full block to get our bee. No. No, you don't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't take a whole nother block. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to try to remedy this by making a bigger reactor. And hoping that this allows us to make things faster. To get a magentite bee is a little different. We just need to give a magentite block to a plutonium bee. That should turn it into this guy, and he should go into this beehive, and he's going to use a magentite block as his flower. So I'm going to work on getting more of these too as we get some more magentite starting to come in. Also good news, I think our pressure chamber should be almost done. Once this reaches 4.9 bar, it should be ready to craft, hopefully. We're about to find out. Oh, did it work? Yeah, it worked. Oh, heck yeah. So we can actually turn these off now. And how do I get this? There we go. Cool. Cool, and that means we're only missing one more thing before we have technically finished. So the next step is going to be to get Ridiculite, To do this, we're going to need to turn a full block of magentite into fluid. This is going to go into the reprocessor, where we're going to combine it with ludicrite. Go at the top here. There we go. And this should give us some radiculite, and we'll need 9 of these ingots to make a full block for the bee. Now, to actually get the bee, whoops, hold on. Now, to actually get the radiculite bee, we need a whole bunch of magentite bees, which we will need the genes from, so that we can make an egg out of this. Then we're going to give our magentite bee spawn egg to the ludicrite bees, and then those guys will eventually turn that into the radiculite egg. And you only need 8 radiculite because it requires a nether star. Fun. So we should have infinite radiculite now. I think that's the right one. Yeah. We just have to repeat that process anytime we want more radiculite bees, which is kind of a pain, but whatever. For the next ingot, nanite, we're going to need to combine yellorium and plutonium in the fluidizer. And I was wrong. It's not yellorium. The mod lies to you. You actually need to combine uranium with plutonium, and it doesn't have enough fluid space for that. Okay, there we go. This is working now, and this is making verdarium. We're going to take this verdarium and get it into the reactor, which we're going to do with a fuel injection port. This is going to replace the solid access port. We may need 2 of those. Let me try this. Outlet mode. Okay, there we go. Eject waste. So we just need to get rid of all the waste in here. It should be good. Let's get our verdarium into our reactor. We might need a little more than that. Okay, it is working though. Yes, it is going up faster than it's using it. Cool. So eventually, this is going to start spitting out... Oh, I don't want that. How do I get rid of this? Trash can. There we go. We're starting to get some rosinite. And then we're going to need about 9,000 millibuckets of this. I'm going to let that run for a minute. And then we can turn this off once we have enough rosinite. Oh, I thought this home stretch was going to be fast. I thought I was on the last part. You know, it was going to go nice and easy. It's not. This is a pain in the rear. So now with some radiculite and our rosinite. Oh, crap. Don't do that. Oh, what did I do? Ah. It was on bucket mode. That would do it. Okay. Let's get this piped into our reprocessor along with some radiculite. Then we'll combine these to make an nanite. To get the bee for this, we're going to take some ludicrite bee spawn eggs and put them with the radiculite. And this is going to get us the nanite bee egg. So then with a full block of this nanite... Oh, wow. We can make insanite. Oh. I thought we needed a nanite for that. We do not. Oh, because you need a nanite. Ah, I see. Tricky. Tricky game. Okay, well, anyway, we got our nanite bee egg. So we can pop this down. Give this guy his nanite block. And then we should have lots of that coming in now. And then I was wrong. We actually do need more rosinite. We need 18 buckets total. 18. We need 16 buckets total to get enough to make an insanite block. Now, to get the insanite bee, we're going to give the radiculite bee egg to the nanite bee. That guy should make us an insanite bee egg eventually. And technically, that's all we need in order to automate that process of getting insanite. I am going to work on getting more of those bees, of course. So with enough rosinite, we're going to take this back over here to our reprocessor, where we're actually going to put in some benatite, which is mined from the Nether. And this should make us some insanite. Then with enough of this to make a full block and our brand new bee, we can pop this guy in. Give him his insanite block for the feeding slab, and we're done. Technically, except not actually, because I need more bees. So that's going to be fun. But now, all we need to do is just wait for this guy to make enough insanite. Then we can be finished. Now, I don't feel like waiting, though, so I am going to go ahead and make all these. Make this, make this, make this, and then make philosopher's fuel. Boom. Boom, and we're done. I did it. I actually beat it. I beat a Modpack. Boom. Oh, it's overstressed. Hang on. Hold on a minute. Get rid of this. What's happening? There we go. Give this a second to craft up and look at. Oh, woo! I did it. To all my haters. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I did it. Yeah. Oh, I win. What a journey. I've been playing this game straight for like a month now. On and off when I can. Woo! And I made it. Now I do plan on coming back to this and trying to make more of these because we can get this going. We can get all of the Starry Bee. We can make these infinitely. And then there's a whole nother, there's Greg Tech. I haven't gotten that part yet, but I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Phew. So with that, I am gonna come back to this maybe in like a week or so. And we're gonna keep going, I guess. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this probably 3-hour long video. If not more. We're gonna see when I start editing it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.